Yes, people, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. I hope you're all doing well. I cannot thank you enough for finding the time to join us for another Blue Morning show and another Chelsea predicted lineup exercise. Very fun because we don't just plug in the players, we take our time to analyze the reason why every player we consider should start or should not start. That's how we roll here. But in the end, the painful aspect of the whole thing is that the fans, those in the chat override whatever we decide because they vote and choose a player. In most cases, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. They vote again. They pick the players they feel like should start and not what they think Graham Potter would do. But that's what, by the way, that's the fun of the whole thing. And democracy is the best type of, you could say, leadership you could get from anybody. But that's, by the way, sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Once more, thank you so much for finding the time to join us. Yes, people, welcome back to the show. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. I thank you so much for finding the time to join us today. As usual, I will take a look at what we have in the chat. Say hello to the people there. But the first person I want to say hello to is my bro, Liam Lane, who's not feeling well. I hope he recovers soon. Much love to you, brother. I will miss you. But more importantly, get well. We have our brother here, Briani Rahayu, who says, let's go. This brother cannot wait already. Stop the stream. Let's go. Big up to you, bro. I hope you're doing well. And my Kenyan brother, my happiness is free. I like that as a name. Waiting for our biggest game of the season. That is in fact the truth. Couldn't agree more with you. Count me. Count me in. Oh, count me present. Yep, you're in. I already saw that. Big up, Kachula. How you feeling about the game? I am actually feeling positive. We've got a fit squad. The creamer will rise to the top. Crap manager or not. Here's the thing. Something I will never forget. What's his name? My brother and friend, the beautiful game. What he said, when you can do with a bad team with a good manager. You can also do with a bad manager. That's where a bad manager, yeah, with a good team. But the dangerous thing is to have them both being bad, if that makes sense. But I think we're good. We have a good enough squad to blow them away. Even in the first leg, you could argue uh, we could have won that one had we put away the chances we got. But that's by the way. More importantly, bro, I hope you're doing well and nice to see you. Damn, still a bit sleepy. Bobby Fairview, big up to you, bro. Yeah, I see you like the music, and it's a good thing to me. Come on, guys, we get love to do love. We get love to do this, boys. Okay, all the way watching live from Gambia. Good morning to you too, my bro. Jaite, I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Why Bally want to sack players but not a coach? I don't know. Maybe he feels like the players are the problem. Are the problems? Kaku, Patrick Kaku, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. More importantly, thank you so much, guys, for finding the time to join the show. Because Potter cannot help the team. Maybe you have every right to say it that way. Um, it's the biggest game of the season for us. We get to stand up together to a common goal. Blues, yep, we support our team. We support Chelsea. Whether you like Potter or not, whether you're Potter in or Potter out, Chelsea is the entity you support. No matter what's going on, you want your team to win. And the truth remains at 3 points. For instance, in the league, in the Premier League, 3 points is the difference between us fighting for to survive relegation or making it into top four. And in the Champions League, winning, beating Dortmund, yeah, we need to go get to the quarterfinal stages of the stage of the Champions League. So yeah, let's support that team, no matter who the manager is. That's by the way, you need to save the team not helping someone. I get your argument, but I'm not sure that's really the case. I think we're trying to sell players, most of which of whom are already their heads have turned. They've always wanted to leave the club, or so. Or those who've refused to sign new contract, and if you let them stay on, they get to leave on a free. So that's dangerous. The club will end up losing more money if that happens. Will the Tinkerman tinker with the team for tonight? I don't think so. Except if he does that, if he does too much tinkering today, to me it simply means he probably wants to lose his job. I think the team did well. You can say, but yeah, I get the argument against a lackluster Leeds United, Leeds United team that didn't play the high octane football that they're known for on the day. For some reason, I do not know. I think we should stick with that structure, given that we won, and probably that's a confidence booster for the players. So they still be high on confidence. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change even the personnel, except for who again those that are not eligible, not registered for the Champions League, like Badia Shile. We know he's not going to be there. So certainly someone else comes in, if that makes sense. So big up to you all. I appreciate you all finding time to join the show. In a bit, I will try to bring in some people if they have time, so we can get differing opinions and not just my opinion. Differing opinions can help you learn, put two and two together and come to a sensible conclusion, if that makes sense to you. And the Undertaker CFC, I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know. That's important to me. Priscino, all I want to see is the fighting spirit, like the game we played against AC Milan in the group stage. To be honest, I'm not confident. It's hard for us to score a goal now. We need 2 goals and must not concede. It's important. If we concede, it becomes it becomes difficult to win to progress to the quarterfinal stage, because 1 goal means a lot to them. If they score 1 more goal, which means we have to score 3 more to beat them. We have to beat them 3-2 by numbers, because their away goal rules is not into effect anymore. That one has since been yanked. Believe me when I say this is down of the Mudryk. Yep, I think Mudryk just started. I think he would do well today. If I start him and I see the Dortmund, if they defend deep, I'll still play him. But some people argue if Dortmund defends deep, you don't start him because he needs a space to be effective. But that's not that's not the case really. He's a good dribbler, and I'm not concerned about how well he's done when he's gotten the chance to play for us, because we're talking about a kid who hasn't played football for about 6 months, given the ongoing conflict in his country, which I hope stops soon so that lives can be saved. He's a good dribbler and doesn't shy away from taking on players. So I still strongly believe that he's still come good. So I'm not really concerned about how he's doing right now. Big up people, nervous as hell. I don't know how to feel. If anything, I feel a bit confident than being nervous, because I think we have good enough players available to overcome the deficit and be the team to progress to the quarterfinal stage. We could have won the first leg had we put away the chances we had. All Graham Potter has to do is just be a bit more. You can say a fine balance between us getting goals, because we need more than 1 goal, and also being defensively solid. If he does that, then we'll be good. But if he focuses just like the same issue we have with Thomas Tuchel at the Bernabeu away, if he focuses so much on scoring plenty of goals and not be tight defensively, we could concede, and then it becomes we'll find ourselves in a very bad situation. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. You people are absolute legends. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. And to my bro, Almighty Blues FC, bro, I appreciate you finding time to join. I know you're a very busy man. If you're watching, this is one brother you need to be subscribed to his channel. He also has one of the best trivia shows, Chelsea-based trivia shows, that if you participate, my gosh, you will not turn back whenever you hear the show is on. So click on the 3 dots to his right, click on go to channel, go check it out. Be sure to subscribe. Believe me, you will thank me later. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show, brother. Here we have Suleiman Jaite. It says, for now, I guess we pray our team and we pray for our team and wish them good luck tonight. Hence, um, the season coming to an end. But now, as our game is tonight, we need to pray for the boys to win. Wish them to play well. I hope they play well. I hope the manager does his job. Even though I don't think he's the man, but he's still the manager. I have to support my team. I want us to make it to the quarterfinals, even semifinals, and to the finals, and win the Champions League. Stamford Bridge needs to be rocking. Yep, I think he will. Let the boys get the job done for us. Chelsea is the entity I support. Big up everyone. Big up to you too. Excellent man. It's been a minute. Please do let me know why we haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're okay. We just need to believe first and foremost. Belief is important. Belief is important. Then fight. The play with that show up for the game. We want to see a spirited performance no matter what happens. More importantly, if we do well, play our hearts out, and then at the end of the day, not scale through, then I won't feel that bad. But if we play badly and lose out, it won't. It's not going to be good for the manager and the players. And again, we'll find ourselves in a very bad mood again. I am good, coach. Don't think he will start Mudryk tonight. I think he will go with Pulisic. He'd be sending. He'd be sending. As much as I trust Pulisic to do a good job, given he's played for Dortmund and probably, usually managers do that. It's more like I wouldn't call it homecoming because it's at the breach, but I think Mudryk start. He creates a problem for himself if he does that. But let's see what he does. Whoever starts, I just want my team to win the game. No worries, brother. Smash the like button, people. Support the channel and stay positive. Stay positive. Yes, positivity will be key. Support your team. Pray for the boys if you believe in higher power. Reach out to that very higher power that you believe in. Seek for support for our team to overcome the deficit and progress to the quarterfinal stage of the competition today. New job, live, but always here listening to you, coach. Big up, more importantly to you. Congratulations on the new job. Work is important because bills don't pay themselves, brother. So I understand. I just wanted to make sure whether you're okay or not. We're good to hear that you're fine. And to my bro, Bobby, big up, bro. Nice to see you. More importantly, I hope you're well. He says here, Jaita says we need to be confident on the ball. We need to play our game, but at the same time, we need to very, very outright, very direct on the day. We need to also be defensively cautious. We've played against them, and the last time we played against them, and if you've watched Dortmund of late, the speed at which they counter, even though Karim Adeyemi is not starting, but the speed at which they counter, the speed at which they get at your box, the moment you lose the ball to them on your own in your own area, it's like this. Before you snap your finger, boom, they are at your own area trying to score goals, and they don't miss too many really. But you can, like Rodrigo argued the other day, they can actually be exploited. But hopefully Graham Potter did his homework. It said Bobby says not interested in playing well and not going through. Qualification is everything. Yeah, I stand corrected. The win is important. Be as pragmatic as possible. Get a win. I wouldn't mind us being the team to counter, but let us start on the front foot. But we must do that cautiously. The slightest of spaces we leave in behind, they will punish us. Believe me, they're capable of doing that. And for those of you that are not moderators, I'm going to say this to you. Please stop using all caps and stop using more than 3 emojis. Otherwise, the police in the chat, which is Nightbot is a machine. Nightbot polices the chat. If you keep using all caps or more than 3 emojis, it will time you out or delete your messages. Does Mudryk fit in if we play with the back? I think he still fits in. All he needs is just his thing. He doesn't need acres of spaces to operate. But the bigger the space, the better. But the slightest of spaces he gets on his day, he can exploit that. And like I said, if you were paying attention, I don't think people give some credit for how good he's on the ball and how good of a dribbler he is. I think just because they're nitpicking, just like most people are nitpicking the manager given the poor run of form, they're nitpicking him. The slightest of mistake he makes becomes a huge talking point. For instance, he doesn't have a back touch. He does actually have an excellent touch, but maybe how much you paid for him is still weighing on him. Maybe he hasn't overcome the fact that we paid that much money for him. I don't know, but I still believe he'll come good. Yeah, he can play with a tucked in. You can say when you play the 2-8, tucked in a bit. Hopefully, he doesn't drift to the right too much and create confusion on the left and on the flanks. Maybe that we don't want to see that happen. I miss being here, but guess what? Guess what? I'm back. Matthew, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're well. First of all, more importantly, my question is why does he keep using a false nine in Kai Havertz when we have a natural nine? Aubameyang's situation is something I cannot look on the surface and say this is what I think the problem is. Something else is going on that we do not know about. Hopefully he sorts it out because he's a fine finisher. And unfortunately, he's not going to play in the Champions. He's not registered for the Champions League for us anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do. And for the Champions League players we have registered there, we don't have any traditional nine or any person or any nine, even a hybrid nine. We don't have one. Kai Havertz isn't one really. Coach, it's taken us a month to score 2 goals. Let's hope Dortmund don't score. I cannot see the ref adding on a month at a time. A month at a time. Big up yourself. More importantly, brother, much love to you. Always nice to see you. I predict Potter starting Sterling, Havertz, or Felix. We don't have any striker registered other than Havertz. Let's see. Louis Rivera, nice to see you. Our best game was against Milan twice. Both times we had Alba, Mount, and Sterling up front. Okay, yep. I wouldn't say that's the best game. If you're talking about the Champions League, maybe that. But overall game with the Premier League inclusive, I'd say the game against Wolves with my delicious favorite lineup. Is Gallagher our new first nine? I don't think so. I'm really not sure. But Rahayu, more importantly, I hope you're doing well. Roger Pop, I did send you a message. I think I'm going to stop sending you private messages because you never respond, Roger. So that you and I are going to be fighting because of that. But more importantly, I apologize. I've seen your response already before saying that.
Thank you, Coach.
Just kidding. But I hope everything is okay, more importantly.
I am indeed.
Okay, excellent. That's very important. You run away like somebody, their house caught fire. And I was like, what's going on? I hope you're all right. But good to hear your voice. That shows you're okay. More important, let me start by asking you this. We have a few news items that I want us to look at before we start building the lineup proper. The question I want to ask you again, I think I've asked you this question before, but let's do it again. Are you looking forward to this one? That's the response I want to. If you're looking forward to it, I'll get the same from IPZ. Then we'll go into looking at the news items and then the lineup prediction exercise.
Yes and no, Coach. I'm apprehensive. I'm nervous. This is a big game. We've been saying this every week for the last couple of months. Mm-hmm. But this is indeed a big game. And yeah, I think Bobby's kind of right. This is a game he can't afford to lose. I'm not sure it will cost him his job, but it very well might do so. I personally don't think so, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Because you could say this is his last line of defense. You could see, but that's no guarantee that's what it is.
Yeah. However, I think there's a strong possibility to wait to the end of the season, unless go ahead.
Give him a fresh start, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, unless the wheels fall off the wagon in the next few games after this, I think they'll stick with him if we don't go through. But this would go a long way for his credibility with the board, I would say, and the football directors. If we can get to the quarters or the semis, that's asking a lot, because this team is not running on all cylinders. We can all admit that. We can all see that. It doesn't take a genius to, determine that. So I would say that, yeah, I see your point of view, because I do want to see, shall we say, some improvement in our application. We need to be more clinical. I have no idea, coach, about the formation, but I want to see some progression. But there has to be a balance, you know. We
Yeah,
can't be too naive, but we can't be too pragmatic either. There has to be a balance.
yeah. If you go for the goals too much, they will exploit that, and of course they will expect us to come out to score because we have to score to win. Um, so that's why it's important that he finds balance between going for the goals we need to progress to the quarterfinal stage, and at the same time, making sure we're not vulnerable defensively. Otherwise,
Indeed.
we will regret even trying
Yeah.
attack them. Thank you so much for that response. Let me get IBC how he feels, and then we're going to taking care of the news items, and then the lineup building exercise proper because we started 1 hour late again, which was I think it was intentional. I want to try to find a way to balance things to ensure we stream consistently so that I don't get exhausted, especially now
Yeah.
that we do 2 shows per day, one in the morning, then the daily roundup show. IBC coming to you, brother.
Good
Big up,
morning,
much
IBZ.
respect to you. Let me do it again, IBC. Big up, bro. How are you doing? Are you looking forward to this
Oh,
one? That's the answer I want to get from you.
yeah, man, it's a big one. It's a day
Mhm.
out. I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be brilliant, man. I'm looking forward to it. So, um,
Oh, you're gonna be
enjoyment.
there. Hopefully,
Yeah,
you'll
yeah, yeah,
join
yeah.
us with the one knowing the players are warming up during the
I,
pregame show. That would be nice.
I hopefully I doubt it because I'm not gonna take my devices. I'll just go there straight in. So
Hmm.
hopefully it'll be a good game. But yeah, man, this ain't the definition of his. Obviously, considering where we've been, you'll put
Hmm.
this point as, oh, this is where he needs to win or it's the end. But no, I don't think that'll be the case.
Hmm.
If he, we don't want him to lose, but if he loses, it will increase the pressure, but it won't be the end. It far from. Um, but yeah, towards the end of the season, we'll see how it goes. You know, the writing will be on the wall, and depending on how he finishes from now till the end of the season, will be a determining factor if he keeps his job. But I don't think that, oh, if he loses today, he's out of the job. Because let's think about it. Were we expecting to win the Champions League this year as Chelsea fans with Tuchel?
It's very
Were you expecting
possible.
it?
On two
No,
occasions
but
that we've won it, did you expect us to win it?
no.
No.
But going into this season, what were your expectations in this competition going
Oh
far?
no, you
So,
you. I think you trained me not to expect too much,
exactly.
because you
So
keep repeating it until I ended up downloading it and probably yeah.
no, but you know what I'm trying to say though. Like if we had expectations to win this competition, we were expecting Thomas Tuchel to do it, then we were expecting Graham Potter. If we were just expecting to have a good showing, maybe latter
Mhm.
stages and or quarterfinals, then that's a different answer. Then obviously I would expect, okay, get through this stage, quarterfinals in the Champions League, that's not really a bad shout. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's the defining factor in Donny's premiership, not at all. I think that even if he loses today, which I don't want, he will still be in the dugout this weekend for the next game,
Mm. All right.
100%.
All right, thank you so much. I'll come back to you when I need you again. In terms of this question on the screen, here's the thing. I will actually consider Gallagher in the first line in the fluid approach. Why? Because I'd rather him not playing the 10. He's not the best on the ball. I'd rather him be, let me say, on the flanks where he has space, do running, and then his pressing will go along well as a first line, not because he's the best finisher. So I don't know where he belongs in this team, really, given the players we have and everything. But I think he has a place probably because of the amount of running, his industry and the energy he brings on the pitch. But being honest, there's no place for him in the first line. But I'd rather play him there than him play in a 10 or 8 position and keep losing the ball, if that makes sense. Hi, Coach. Hi, Blues. Good luck today. Thank you so much, my Barcelona friend. I hope you're doing well. Good morning to you too, King Mo. Chuku Giko Potter is having serious problems of pairing players. Let's see what he does. Rahayu, anyone here on the panel or chat knows if our lineup been leaked? Uh, no, it hasn't. It hasn't been leaked. Usually you start seeing leaks, let's say around 2 hours or 1 hour 30 minutes before the game starts. You start seeing bits and pieces of who's starting, who's no, it has not been leaked yet, honestly. Big up the High Council. We came back from a goal down against Juventus and Napoli. Napoli, was it a goal down? They beat us 3-1, and we overcame that. I think we can do it against Dortmund. It's 4:00. Let's see what happens. Big up to you too, the Chelsea boy and Panda. I hope you're doing well. To everybody in the chat, I hope you're all doing well. And Josie Agbo, my Niger brother. Last night in the Champions League, you think, but let's see what happens. I'll remind you, you said this, the vote. Big up, bro. What's your prediction, coach? I'm not in a hurry to do that. I am not going to do that in a hurry, even for you, bro. And I'm serious. I'm not going to do that in a hurry. I'm serious about that. A partial leaked Lewis Hall might be on a starting 11. Yeah, that's some leak. Roger, did you see that?
Let me have a look. Hold on. I apologize. Actually, Lewis Hall might be. Yeah.
And the source is on no secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a serious leak there. Mudryk is on fire. I like Mykhailo Mudryk, and I know he will come good. If you're watching, people, we have a membership. If you can afford it, it's just $2.99. If you cannot, you're still a family member here, and we'll love you. We love everybody equally, except for slight advantage for those that are panelists and those that are members too. But it doesn't change anything. Enjoy yourself. If you want to become a member, good. If you can afford it, if not, enjoy yourself too. BVB 3 Chelsea FC 0. Cash, you're saying this, and you don't even expect your man Mykhailo Mudryk to score, but more importantly, Cash, I hope you're doing well. Don't lose hope. Yep, thank you so much, Lalo, for saying that. Hi, Coach. Chelsea match is it 1x1? Porter cannot win the Champions League. Really? Okay, let's see. I don't think Tuchel could have won it again. You think? That's in hindsight, isn't it, Roger? And what time is the game? For my time, it is 12 p.m. my time. UK time, that should be, I'm not sure. What time in the UK? Roger?
8 o'clock kickoff.
8 o'clock UK time, yeah. Felix, it should be the first 9, I think so, too. Mudryk on the egg, and Stalin, you mean left? And Stalin on the right. We need to force them to defend. Please know Kai Havertz today. Unfortunately, the manager likes him, and he hasn't been as far as people are making it to be. He's created the most chances for us in recent days. Chelsea can win the Champions League. Yep. Belief. Yep. If the mentality is right. But right now, the mentality is not right. They play well, but don't score goals, and goals win matches. Roger needs to understand. Roger needs to understand, Matthew, in your hog bet, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Roger needs to understand. I think it's at 20 hours UK time. That's 8 p.m. Yeah, minus 12, 8 p.m. These players will be infuriated. Porter will be frustrated, and there's a big chance our run will end here. There's a big chance also we progress to the quarterfinals, and I think we're capable of doing that. And we should have won the first leg, really. As much as I don't think Porter is the man, had the players put away the chances we had, we'd be comfortable coming into the second leg. But we have a goal deficit to deal with. Come on, Walter. We all know they don't sack Porter this season. So all we need to lay our trust on our boys. Wish them good luck with 2 goals ahead. Yeah, with a clean sheet. Yeah, what a way to spell it. Oh my goodness, I love you people.
Oh, I just saw it.
Jaite, I like how you spell it, bro. I think that's another way to be spelling it. I understand what it means. Probably his phone helped him spell that. And it's all fun here, Jaite. I hope that doesn't come across as insulting to you. It's all fun. Coach, that didn't have Coach, that didn't have confidence. How are we going to win our big games? We can. You never know. Maybe from individual brilliance or so. Some keep calling 007. To me, that's unfair. We don't see enough of him on the pitch. Allow Mudryk more game time. I am sure he will shine. I know him quite well. If you ask people here, I preach for Mudryk more than I preach for Rafael Leao. This guy, had Arsenal signed him, believe me, he'd help him win the league. Believe me, the way they play, but he would have needed time with them too, given that he hasn't played football for a while. I think he will come good. Listen to how we're talking. Porter is a epitome of making a mountain out of really. Mourinho. We've gone into tougher games than these with bigger deficits, but because we got this. I'm not gonna read that, even though you're my bro and I love you. I'm gonna read that. Okay, we got this fraud. Well, big bottlers. I think he will put you to shame today. The beautiful game. Let's forget about him for now. Yep, I agree with you, Jaite. Chelsea is the entity we'll support. Yes, to coach a big team. He's yet to coach a big team. I'm not his fan, though. But we are heading. This is only place we lay our trust. Yep, let's trust and support him. Mount was offered a new contract, the same as James. Mount was offered the same as James. He has turned it down. Simon Phillips, I think he's leaving, and I've always thought he was going to leave anyway. Have we settled on whether we think he will start with a back three or back four? That's where we start the debate today. This one here, I swear I see a front three of Ziyech, Kai Havertz, and Sterling. I will show White Potter Samsung on the neck. Don't do that, please. Don't. I'm not going to read this sort of thing again. It's going to get me into trouble. If you're watching, if you haven't, take a second, drop a like on the stream, and please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes and the subscriptions do go a long way. Rodrigo, if you're there, you had a bit of an audio issue. We're getting some sort of feedback. If you're watching, I don't know if I've asked you, are you looking forward to this one? That's where I want to start you from before we move on. Okay, it looks like he had a more serious problem than I thought. So he's gone out and probably will come back. So if you're watching, please be sure what you type on the screen. It can get us into trouble, please. Yeah. Let's see what we have. Bobby, we'll start with that. So, Roger, let me start with you. Given what you've seen of late, do you think he'd go for a back three or a back four?
I have no bloody clue. He threw a curveball to me over the weekend. I didn't expect a back three. This tells me that...
But just give it a shot.
Sure.
Let's see if you get it correctly.
I think it would behoove him to start with a back three, be more pragmatic, because you don't want to concede first. Get the first goal.
So you think you think a back three provides more? You can say helps with the defensive solidity.
Yes, we're more stable. We've conceded less goals with a back three. We've scored more goals with a back three, and we have a better XG with a back three under Potter. This is the stat. I haven't researched it, but this is the stat I saw online. So, if that's the case, then at least we need to try with a back three and hopefully get a goal, and then be more expansive once the game is in shall we say, the latter stages of the second half, because we can't afford to concede unless we're 3-0 up or 4-0 up. I'm talking about we can't afford to concede first. This will put a
if that happens, we're in serious trouble.
So therefore, it's probably best to be more pragmatic. I think.
But when you said be pragmatic, in what sense?
Defensively, be more cautious. Okay.
When you say balance, because we have to score goals. If we can do that. Solemnly on achieving defensive solidity, then we'll lack offensively.
Well, to a certain extent, but we're going to maintain the vast amount of possession, I would assume, especially when we're playing at home. So
you think?
I would believe so. So having said that, there is still the ability. Don't forget, it also, in all likelihood, especially if we play with Chalobah, this will allow us more height going forward for corners also. So there is that aspect also you have to take into consideration. This team has historically scored with a back three, but I would assume that if you play with the back four, you're going to be more expansive. And by doing so, this also allows, shall we say, a culpability of conceding more. I think you're going to see us play with a back four a lot more once N'Golo returns when he's healthy. I think he will be the difference maker. He has historically been the case in both formations. You're right, because I remember you said yesterday he makes a difference regardless of formation, but especially with a back four, this will allow us to be far more expansive in that regard. Without him, it's a difference. We're vulnerable in a back four without
That's
N'Golo.
a solid argument for a back three. It's interesting to hear.
But there's disadvantages to it also because it doesn't allow Joao to be a number 10 behind a number 9, etc. I get
it depends on the structure. If we go with something like this, because you can restructure it up here to a 1-1-2, then you have a 10. You can,
sure.
I
get it.
The application is also important.
Yeah, I get
so
it.
You're not seeing my screen. Yeah, like
I get it because they're going to be narrow. The two tens will be narrow.
But go ahead with what you're saying.
I think that's a fair shout, Coach, because you're going to have the wing backs going to be marauding, further
the channels,
deeper
down the channels. Right, the channel. Yeah,
exactly, down the channels. Obviously, the key to this game, as we always say each and every week, is the engine room, the midfield. Will it be Cover? Will it be, Zakaria? Obviously, N'Golo's not playing, so this is the key to the game: is the midfield. And obviously, from my perspective, we also have to eradicate or at least reduce heavily the amount of crosses that they produce, because that's one thing Chilwell doesn't do on a consistent basis. He doesn't thwart any crosses coming in, and that needs to be negated. From a goalkeeper's perspective, this is a vulnerability because they score from crosses, and that needs to stop. So those are my observations.
All right, let me catch up with what we have in the chat and go to Bobrigo to get his thoughts. We answered this one. Coach, say his name. No, I'm not going to say that, really. You and I are going to start fighting. What about Mudryk 100? I don't think it's wasted, really. He will come good. Osimhen is going to Spurs. Okay, let him enjoy it. I don't think Spurs will pay that amount of money for number 9. It's not going to happen. Sorry, just remember I told you that. Interesting start for GP's back three. Yeah, interesting indeed. I didn't pay attention to that. To me, I think it's going to be a high risk, given that the 2-6s are very critical to maintaining a defensive solidity in the back three, because the wing backs are always bumping forward. Except if you're going to apply, a cautious approach, then the wing backs will be practically useless. But if you have wing backs, they have to bump forward. They have to do more offensively than you charge them to deep defensively. If that makes sense. Nice, Luquisa, happy to see you here. Happy to see you here. I hope you're doing well. Roger, are you losing faith in your client? You're beginning to sound like a quarter-pointed lawyer. Okay. Ziyech is not up to our Chelsea standards. The guy has the cocky ignorance attitude. If he's starting well, get no chance. Wow, let's see what happens. What else do we have here? Mudryk is next. Is next to our better gem to Vinicius of Real Madrid. He's good enough. I'm not going to start comparing them right now. Phil seems personally, I have a feeling that we will win 3-1 today. I hope so. Really. That's me, Mirix, in your comment. You call it Mirix in Niger. No one thought we would top our Champions League group. And we beat Milan home and away with an aggregate of 5-0. We win a 3-2 aggregate. Wow. Let's see that happen now. Remember, you said that. Roger, if that were true, it doesn't explain why TT played a back three even when Kante was fit. We don't have a sitter, and it's not that. But here's the thing.
I didn't say he was a sitter. I
Yeah,
never said he was a
Kante
sitter.
isn't that. Kante isn't a sitter. Kante is traditionally an 8, but he can be charged to be more defensively minded.
He's a vacuum
Even if,
cleaner.
exactly. Even if you
sucks
start
up.
Kante as a 9 and still charge him to please protect our defense, he do that effectively from the number 9 position. But he's played deep, and the pair has always been a pairing of him and Jorginho, or a pairing of him and Kovacic. Sorry,
Do you wanna agree with me that when Kante returns, Enzo will still be the more disciplined of the two?
I don't think it would make sense.
Well,
It
we'll
wouldn't
see.
make sense. Because Kante, we need him to run less, which means that starts by charging him to be the more disciplined, not run too much. I think here's the thing: Kante started as an 8, but as he ages, he'd be more effective as a sitting 6. Just read the game, break up opposition play, and he's capable of doing that. We know that, really. I don't know, but let's see what Uncle Graham Potter does, if that makes sense. Too many people underestimate Chelsea. We will 100% turn up today and win the game. I remember you said that too. I'm paying attention to other people saying we're going to win. No, Korea either, please. I'm not a big fan of Kai either, but who else have we got better than him? Felix can play in that false 9 position, and Kai can play in the 10 position if that's how you want to do it. I want Kai to play, not to play as a pivot there in that front fluid front 3 or 4. It depends on the structure. It says, please, where is Mendy? Mendy has a broken finger and is still recovering. Mykhailo Henry, it's been a minute. Please do let us know how have you been. I hope you're well. Dortmund will defend. I hope to catch us on a quick counter attack, and they're good at it. They're good at it. In half a second, they're at your box already. We need to be quick and precise with our passes and movement on the pitch. Unfortunately, we don't have too many people who are capable of taking players on, except Felix right now. Had Madeke been registered for the Champions League, it'd be effective in this game because Madeke doesn't shy away from taking on players even if you defend deep. So we're going to miss him. Who else is capable of doing that? Is Kai capable of doing that? No, not really. Mudryk can do that.
Yes.
He can take on players even if there's no space. If that makes sense.
By the way, Sterling was 4 out of 4 for dribbling over the weekend.
So have you trashed your spreadsheet?
No, I'm updating it. It's just still putrid. Trust me.
So you're just updating it. Think about the back 3. It's the best formation for us. But the type of football they will bring to us matters. The type of football they will play matters. Starting with the back 4, then a change in the second half, I guess is the best. Let's see what the Graham Potter does. I really hope we don't see an Enzo Ruben Loftus-Cheek combo. We ain't gonna score if that happens. I don't think he'd risk that. Hit the like button, people. Says my brother Tabejo from the Madiba land. Nice to see you to the channel. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. Play a box 4 midfield. Really? Can you elaborate? Thomas Bates, I hope you're doing well. I didn't see you yesterday. Please do let me know you're okay, bro. Always nice to see you. Much love to you. Don't bother your head. Kante will always be Kante. He will always run. Love that guy. I love him so much. But Ogumbajo, here's the thing. I see ages. He'd have no option than to slow down a bit. If it doesn't, his body will force him to. It's as simple as that. I believe if we take all our opportunities, then we will win like 4-0. But good luck. I hope to see that happen. I'm not going to argue against that. So, Rodrigo, you haven't spoken about the structure. What formation do you think he starts with today?
He will definitely start with a back. I think he'll start with a back 3.
Why do you think so?
Because of the way. But I don't know why people think we played that well against Leeds. I thought we were awful, very bad.
If you say otherwise, I'd ask you your ID, even if I think we played well.
What?
Go ahead.
Wolves?
I didn't. Yes,
just let him drop. Go ahead.
Awful to watch. I didn't. Maybe we played well. Yeah.
The only thing, just quickly, if you don't mind, the only thing I would say, Leeds weren't Leeds. We didn't see the usual Leeds.
Yeah.
You could argue that was down to how we played, but go ahead.
No. I think obviously it's a new manager. I think they're taking a different approach to
Bit of both.
Yeah, they're not doing gang ho pressing like they used to under Marsh and Bielsa. Anyways, as with this game, I don't know. There's this thing called we play better. I didn't see any difference when we played that back three against Leeds. How we played the first 15 minutes and how we played against Spurs. Both games were just as bad as each other. In the Leeds game, the thing is the difference is we scored from a corner. In say the Southampton game, for example, we could have scored when that Sterling chance. So I don't see any difference. But anyways, my what I would say the approach for this game should be different to what Roger said earlier. I would say we need to press Dortmund very high in the first 20 minutes. We need to put them under immense pressure. We what I don't want us to do today is to start timid. Is to have this mid-block approach where we sort of like giving Dortmund too much respect. If we do that,
Say, like being too overly cautious.
no, I will absolutely hate it. We played against AC Milan at home. I don't know. People probably don't remember how the game panned out. If you go watch that game again in the first half, we were not pressing Milan. Milan were comfortable on the ball, so on and so forth, and until we scored and then we took charge of that game. We should not do that today because Dortmund, as good as they are on a counter attack, they're also good on the ball. So if you're gonna come in with a sense that you're giving them confidence, you allow them time to pass the ball around, you allow Bellingham to dictate the game, we're gonna be in trouble. This is why I say we need to start the game on the front foot, attack them, be in their faces, and hopefully score a goal. Then after we score a goal, then I don't mind taking an approach where maybe we drop into a mid block to catch them on a break. But if we start the game with a cautious approach and just hoping maybe we're gonna nick a goal on a counter attack, like the way we did against, like the way we started against them away. Obviously, it's an away game. I understand. Usually, you don't attack that much in an away game. We need to start the same
But
way.
then they will come in with the mindset that we need a goal, that we're going to be all out to score,
Yeah,
and then plan to exploit that.
Yeah, but what Roger said could also play in their mind. What Roger said, like we
So
don't
you're
want
working with Roger now.
No, I'm not working with Roger. I agree with what he
Welcome
said.
aboard, sir.
No, I agree with what he said. Like, as in, there can be two minds here. They can put we in a mind where they're like, all right, we shouldn't concede too much. We should be more on, yeah. We should like defend better and so on. But I think we should start the same way we started against West Ham, for example, where we need to start very aggressive. Even against Crystal Palace at home, that 1-0 victory, the way we started that game, aggressive on the front foot and so on. That I think we need to do that. The only thing is we tend to, when we start games like that, we tend to just like we tend to end the game on a back. Yeah. I don't know if it's a fitness issue or is a coaching tactical issue. I tend to go with coaching because obviously I don't really rate going for. So I hope
Saw that coming.
Regardless, a back three or back four. Personally, I would say a back four, just because we don't have the mathematics don't add up. We don't have the numbers in defense for us to play all our centre backs at once. Then again, it's a formation that maybe brought him joy against Leeds, and he thinks that this is where I'm baffled when the manager thinks we played really well against Leeds, and he was really happy with that victory. So
maybe this way of motivating the players not to throw the players under the bus, and maybe just to get them to feel like they're doing well. And I'm not sure, but you go ahead.
But anyways, it will be a back three, but the approach has to be press them high, win the ball high up the pitch, and then create chaos, and maybe score a goal in the first half. And then I can understand the rationale after that to drop into a mid block, try to catch Dortmund on a counter attack, because I personally don't think.
Just give me a few minutes. I'll come back to you. Go ahead if you're still speaking, Rodrigo. Sorry.
No. The Dortmund centre backs are not the quickest, so we need to do that, and then allow them to push their line, come up a bit, and then hit them on a counter again.
Hey, Rodrigo. So in this tournament, in the 10 games we've won under Potter, 6 of them have been with the back three, with a total scoreline of 11-1 in our favour. With the 4 victories with the back four.
Oh, you're merging the teams together.
Yeah, it's 8-2. So that's the nominal scoreline. You know,
With the back three.
With the back four, it's 8-2. With a back three, it's 11-1. And by the way, we didn't concede 1 goal at Anfield, unlike Man United. So with a back three.
Anfield.
Is that how you console yourself?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, sir.
All right, I'm going to catch up with the time. I want to get Eddie was here. How quickly did he leave? Maybe he's having a connection issue. I'm going to get to Jason.
He heard my voice and he's like, I'm not.
I'm gonna get JC's argument in terms of with regards to the lineup. Here, RSC was quite impressive against Leeds. I'd go Enzo Zakaria and Kovacic as a midfield. Mudryk, Felix. Yeah, when we get to the lineup, we'll talk about that. Henry Maglo, thanks for the shout, Coach. I'm doing great. Awesome. That was always nice to hear that people are doing great. Yes, Rodrigo, we were awful. I've never seen anybody go in terms of turnaround from 0 to 100, from being positive, from being plus 100 to minus 100. Today, what did you taste that make you go from Potter in, and you were even doing a whole lot of whataboutism from if somebody says something bad about Potter, you bring up Thomas Tuchel. What happened? How did you go from being Potter in to being Potter out spaceship pilot?
He's been hacked, obviously.
Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable, really.
Coach is probably declared, hacked his account. It's probably declared, for sure. I'm sure, Rodrigo, you see, AD wasn't running away from you. He's ready for the battle, but I'll get from JC and get from him. Top of the morning, Chelsea family. How's everyone doing? Hakeem Frankinson, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining the show. Second half against Leeds was shambolic, thanks to Potter substitutions. And what with Joao Felix and the bar pole, he has to go do some sacrifice in front of the Oracle to fix that. Please remind me where's the net. I will do some mathematics to find out for you. Potter packed the bus. Potter post-match a press conference written in advance. The boys gave everything. They ran a lot, 1.2 to be specific, 1.2 kilometers for the whole team. We lost, but it was really close. 6-1.
Are you sure you're gonna go to heaven? Even I will snitch on you. I will snitch on you on heaven, and I'm serious. I tested Southampton defeat. That game was painful to watch. As a Chelsea fan, was that when you converted to Potter out? Today I am feeling excited. Chelsea either win or lose. Exciting game today. Chelsea winning though. Come on, Chelsea. Sphinx, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Victor, it's a Gumbajo, not Urumbajo. I have to disagree on the Sterling. Should roll the ball on the ground against Leeds. Okay, should have. You guys are having a conversation. I'm not gonna. It's live. Yeah, it's live. And there's stuff happening live. JC, quickly, just be patient with me. I'll get to you, bro. And I want to thank you specifically for all the updates you're sending me. Most of them I used for YouTube shorts, and a lot of them are doing well. So thank you. So JC, your thoughts. What lineup are you looking forward to the game? First of all, and what structure do you think we'll deploy? We need to get done with the structure talk. Once AD speaks, then we go into the lineup or prediction exercise. So we're waiting. The floor is yours.
Hello, Coach.
And apologies to me. I hope to you, so to speak. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Brilliant. I can't complain, brother.
Coach, here's what I think. It will depend mostly on the fitness level of Reece James. How fit is he? Because that would really affect our formation, back three or back four. If Reece is really fit enough to bomb forward and like also cover defensively, then it can be back three, I suppose. But if you
So
look
you're
at
not
the
sure
amount,
it's not going to be a back three right now?
yeah, but I think with the amount of with the players we have right now, with Silva missing and all, I think he Potter might go back four. And we also have to consider like Chelsea played back four in Dortmund, and we played rather well there. So
Yes.
so and
That's a
and
solid argument.
and then and also, I mean, I expect Dortmund to be a little bit more pragmatic because they are ahead and they are not playing home.
Mhm.
So Chelsea should not be really sitting back. They should be looking to score the next goal, I think. And that's
But
crucial
balance is
because
key. We have to be defensively cautious too, but not
yes,
overly cautious before Rodrigo comes at me.
well, really depends on what Potter goes for, because here's the thing: Potter also does not have a lot of experience in Champions League or Europe, I would say, yes, because a lot of European teams would like if they are 1-0 behind, they will still be slogging. They throw kitchen sink in the last 15-20 minutes only, like not earlier than that, but. If we look at our team, we have been playing well for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then hoping that we will throw the kitchen sink at the last 15 minutes. I do not know. I mean, and then also is also like experience of Potter to manage the game and how to go at what phase. Ideally, we score a goal and then we become more pragmatic, and then he might change it as well. But we have to see. I think a lot depends on fitness level of Reece James and his injury. Like, what's the real
Yeah,
status?
you made again two great points here. The fitness of Reece James matters, but since if he's deploying James in the right wing back position, it is first and foremost with an attacking intent, which Loftus-Cheek can equally. He can equally fulfill that role and effectively, actually. So, but the most what I agree with you, I tend to agree with you. I'm inclined to agree with you on is the fact that we played with a back four against them away, and we played rather well, user quoting you, and we could have won that game because we created the most chances. We had the better XG. They only had the chances on the break, if that makes sense. So he may well decide that's the better option. And but it's also the argument. Who was that? Was that staff that made that argument in the chat that he prefers the back four when Silva is available, but a back three in his absence? So it's difficult if you look at all the factors we've talked about. It's even difficult to come to the conclusion and say, you know what, this is what we think he's going to do. But that's by the way. But again, I don't know if you were still talking. Did I cut you off, JC?
Yeah.
No, go ahead if you're still talking. I hope I didn't cut you off.
No, it's okay. One more point I just wanted to
Mhm.
make is also like I've seen a lot of arguments about the statistics. Like we have better statistics with stats show that we play better with back three, but I would like to clarify here one thing. Most of those games were during the start when Potter just came in. So those the new manager bump he gave. So
Tuchel muscle memory.
yeah, and
No, that's valid. That's valid. Well,
and also we from those days, the team we had in those days and the teams we have right now is also a lot of change of personnel, and okay, Potter has had time and all, so I don't think those statistics should be considered really valid, because that was also still a transition phase from Tuchel ways to Potter, the initial new manager jump and all that stuff.
sure.
So
So
and
can I just quickly interject?
yeah.
The first 5 out of the 6 games under Potter, Chelsea won. 3 were with a back 3, 2 with a back 4. So it's marginal, but I get you. You have valid points, though. That's true. I just thought I'd bring
Three
them
with the
up.
back three, and how many with the back four?
2. So it's 3-2 in the first 6 games. 5 victories, 1 draw. So, I mean, yeah, you're right, but it's not like it was 4-1 or 5-0 with the back 3. It was 3-2. So, but
So which means there's a defensive issues that what that highlight.
Actually, it's not a defensive issue. Our defense
No.
is pretty.
No, not a single game, right? He
Would
said
you-
3. What are you saying, Roger? You said 5.
But
3-2?
listen. So the
Was that you're
victories.
talking about 3-2 score line or
No,
something else?
negative.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
The first
All right,
6
good.
games, Potter won 5 out of the first 6 games. The
Okay,
first
there
was
you
a draw.
go. More clarity there.
But
Yeah.
that's what I stipulated, I believe. And 3 were victories with a back 3, 2 were victories with a back 4.
Okay, now I get it. Yeah. So go
Yeah.
ahead, Jesse, so we can bring in Eddie.
Yeah.
But you have a valid point, though.
So eventually, I think it's a situation where we are coming on the back of a victory, playing back 3, and we played well also with back 4, but. Into the next game, I think we have a lot of players missing. So it's a very fine balance, and
Yeah.
it will be intriguing. So what Potter goes for, and I think a lot of his judgment will be influenced by how he can use Reece James in our team. And so that will dictate, I think,
Yes,
his decision.
very possible. 1 second. Eddie, just give me half a minute. I'll come back to you. If you're watching, we have 65 likes. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. The likes do go a long way, and we appreciate those that are watching but are not able to participate in the chat. But if you can, please, it would do us a lot of good if you can take a second to drop a like on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Who is destroying my name? The way you said it, I know it sounds like you had a huge chuckle out of that, and you're joking too. Probably somebody that your name is foreign to. I was able to recognize it was misspelled because I was born and bred in Nigeria. So yeah, Ogumbajo, I know you didn't take offense. You just, the way you said it shows you didn't take offense. But that's by the way we move on. Chelsea must win the Champions League. I can feel it. Okay, hopefully it happens. Mafe, I will remind you, you said that. I totally agree. 4-3-3 structure. Is that what you want? Chelsea 2, Dortmund 1. Chelsea lost on penalties. Wow. Okay. Greetings, coach. Uzoma. Should I know you just call Uzoma? Why, Jesus? I hope you're doing well. I believe we're winning today, comfortably. Okay, and no doubt about it. Let's see that happen. And I'll remind you, you said that with Potter tactics, the turnaround for Tobago is still scaring the heck out of me. In the with the box for the 2 attacking midfielders, Enzo Cover can attack Dortmund CMs. Okay, central midfielders, and allow James to still have a width and be pragmatic when he moves forward. Wow, you do know football quite well, but we need to break that even further for some people to understand. But yeah, I'd like to have you on the panel if you want to. I like how you break things down. But thank you so much. I appreciate that contribution. But I think whoever he plays centrally, the 2 6s, I think they'd have to be a bit more cautious than usual. If you leave spaces there, they will exploit it. Morning up the shows. I still think we lose today 2-1 because our team cannot score. Roger was saying his mind. I think he's saying he has a valid point. Or here. All depends on who's available, guys. Back 3 or 4. As for this game, a back 4 is better. All right, Eddie, coming to you, bro. It's been a minute. More importantly, I hope you're doing well. Apologies that I haven't reached out. I'm very poor at that. Probably during the day, I do sleep quite a lot during the day. But are you looking forward to this one? And what structure do you think would be the best for the game?
Big up, bro. Big up.
Big up to you too.
To the panelists, yeah. Today, I just feel kind of cautiously optimistic. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I just have that feeling of us going to win this game easily, and it depends on what the manager goes for. But I think it might be a back 3. I think he might go with a back 3.
Why do you think it's going to be a back 3?
Because the stats point to the fact that we tend to win more. Just as Roger said, we win more games with a back 3. And if you watch when we played Milan, both games, they were back 3. We played back 3, and then we got the win and kept clean sheet. So I think, and Potter is the kind of manager that tends to go with the the formation that wins, that won him the last or whatever result he got that is good from the previous game. So if we go by
Is
that,
that
we look
something
at
you've observed?
exactly. If we go by that, we think winning that win against Leeds, even though not pretty at all. I didn't see the game; I was away. But win is a win. He got the win, and that will bring a little bit of confidence. And I see him sticking with that with the formation, but with a different kind of wing back, which is rather than Loftus-Cheek, you have Reece James, and Reece James tend to cross a lot, and so with that, if we get it, I don't forget the last game, Emre Can was unbelievable on the day, and their goalkeeper was unbelievable.
Yes.
So can Emre Can repeat that the kind of performance we saw the last game? We wait to see, because Emre Can did everything to keep us away. He was unbelievable on the day. I never thought this was Emre Can that we used to see with Liverpool. He was kind of probably had something against Chelsea just to make sure, he proved the point. But hopefully he doesn't have that kind of game today. And hopefully we put on our scoring boots. And I just have this feeling that today might be the kind of day where, the way Liverpool just spanked Man United, scoring with every opportunity that came their way. I think it might just happen today with Chelsea. I have that feeling.
Wow.
Honestly, I just have the feeling. I don't know how that came about, but I just think it might just happen where the likes of Felix hitting the crossbar with chances and all. It might just be a day where he has 3 shots and scored 2. I just have that kind of feeling that it might be today. We're due one anyway. We are really due one of them days.
You sure that feeling isn't driven by the fact you're a true Chelsea fan, or you just being? It's a real. I just want to know, because even your name gives that away. It did love for blue, so there's a chance. The whole thing you're saying is driven by the fact you suffered too much. You just want your team to do well.
Exactly. Maybe I'm just trying to draw that from the fact that it's been too long. We've been in pain. So I just trying to see. But I just kind of that feeling. I've always loved the club. And I think today, we're due something. Something might just be a turning point for us. And I think today might just be the day. Premier League is not, the Premier League, our Premier League is not the kind of league where you say you have that feeling. Europe, you can't have the day that works out this way. But the Premier League is, you see what's happening in the Premier League. Results are not the way you pan out to be. You can't. They are unpredictable these days.
You can't script
Premier League.
You can't script it and get it quarter correct.
You really can't predict the Premier League. But in Europe, I think, Potter has been good in Europe, except for the defeat.
That's one fact. You can say he's done well now, even though I get it. If you say AC Milan had a village of players out at that point, but still, it wasn't easy. The results were good. It's the only game I watched I was really concerned with Salzburg away, but in Europe he's done relatively well. But go ahead. Probably you could argue maybe that's the reason why he's still keeping his job, but I don't know. But go ahead with what you were saying. And as you're talking, AD, I want you to think about what JC said before. JC mentioned the fact that we played a Dortmund away with a back 4, and I know you watched the game, and I know you probably believed, whether you like Potter or not, that we could have won that game had we taken our chances. We weren't just clinical on the day, and the numbers showed, yes, we could have won that game. And he played with a back 4-2-3-1. So you think because we did well and we won the last game with a back 3 structure, you think he'd rather go with the back 3 structure rather than the structure that worked well against Dortmund already? The only thing they did in their home turf with the size of the stadium and their attendance was just to hit us on the break. We were the better side. I have to agree on that one. Do you think he still go with the back 3 rather than a back 4?
That's where Potter is unpredictable, and that is the problem that Dortmund will face. They wouldn't know, is he coming with the back 4 like the last game, or is going to go back 3. So that's one of the problems they have to think about going into this game. But judging by the last game, honestly, we did very well. Other than to score and to win the game, it should have been a game that would have won easily. The first goal in all this kind of games, very, very crucial. And they unfortunately got the goal, and they had something to sit back on, and then we couldn't. For any reason, that's the problem with Chelsea. We tend not to recover when we go down. I don't know why that is. So it will be very, very. It'll be very, very. See, like Arsenal going 2-0 down. I know it was only Bournemouth, but Chelsea would have been 2-0 down against Bournemouth and would have cringed. Would have not been able to come back. So going a goal down for us will be negative, going by what the fans are thinking, and then the pressure, So we just have to hope and pray. And the back four worked very well the last game, to be honest. It did work very well, but I see him. I think I have a feeling he might go with the back three, just to give Reece James that freedom to attack and to create the width. And don't forget, they don't have Karim Adeyemi. He's not playing today. So,
he's out. But the former Newcastle man, Newcastle, Sebastian Haller, is equally a tricky customer to deal with.
They have speed still.
Who?
Yeah,
they still have
speed. Haller has got speed. Yeah, but Karim has
he's a jet.
Exactly. So we don't know. But the feeling I just have. I hope I don't get knocked back. I hope I don't get. My optimism is not punctured tonight, but I think I have this optimism that we might just create chances. Oh, fine, Rodrigo. Anyway, I believe.
Rodrigo was prophesying.
Rodrigo was prophesying. Yeah.
I'm the biggest Potter Art fan, but when
maybe I've been caught in your web of prophecy. In that web. So maybe I woke up a different person today, just thinking, today might just be the day where we create 5 chances and we score 3. I have that feeling today. Maybe,
Eddie,
hopefully.
You mentioned something about the unpredictability of Potter. Do you think maybe he's using a bit of a mind game after the game, trying to big up the fact that he might go back to back 3, and then Dortmund wouldn't know what hit him? They wouldn't know. Like, is it back 3?
No, I don't think so. I really don't. I don't think so. Potter was under huge pressure going to the game against Leeds. So Potter went for whatever lineup that will give him that win. I don't think he was actually thinking of Dortmund selecting that lineup. I don't think so. It was only about him just getting that win by all means.
Yeah.
So him getting that win.
But I think he knows by default that when you do change your formation often, it gives the next opponent a lot more to think about and a lot less time to concentrate on any set formation. So it's a double-edged sword in that regard.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. I don't think he did it deliberately just for this game. However, I think he knew deep down that it would actually help him in this game also.
Roger, let me get this from you quickly. I'm not sure I remember what structure do you think he plays, because I want to find out where everybody stands. If whoever fails does a push-up on camera for those in the chat to see.
I honestly, on tiled floor, right, on your knuckles, yeah. I honestly can see a really solid case for him starting with both formations, because he can look at the first game and say, we played so well away with the back 4 and we created enough chances. However, he could also say to himself that, or his coaching staff, that, we cannot
can you
afford to
factor the personnel that is the players he has available right now into your decision too?
And I think the gentleman is correct with Reece's health. That would be a factor in determining where he plays potentially, even though playing in a back 3, he does have more of a forward responsibility. Honestly, I can't read the man's mind. I can see, it sounds like a cop-out, but it's the truth. I can see solid cases for him starting both rationally. Do I know which one he'll use? Coach, if only I knew. I have no idea.
So you took the 25 minutes to talk. You still didn't make, because you don't want to do a push-up on camera.
I've talked myself into even knowing him less. Let's put it that way.
It's hard, and Jesse made a very solid argument, and then Eddie speaks, and Eddie is an eloquent speaker too. He made a very solid argument as to why it's going to be a back 3. It's difficult to say. He doesn't trust Chalobah. So if anybody's trying, I'm not convinced Chalobah starts this game.
Right.
He doesn't trust him. Didn't even start him unless
it's a back 4.
In games you could argue are lesser important games. If you're going to start him today, I strongly don't think
Do you
it's going
think
to
he
be
starts Cucurella in the back left in the 3?
If he does
doing
that, and Roger, one of the games that we won with a back 3, it was Aston Villa away,
And it
and
was
if you
awful.
remember that game, he had Chilwell and Cucurella playing on the left. He was
Yes.
the worst. Yeah, he took
Yes.
Cucurella off after 30
Yes, half time, right?
minutes. Yeah, and put Koulibaly on because he was
Yeah.
that bad.
No, I'm just saying, I hope he doesn't do that, you know? But
All right.
I don't know.
Let me catch up with the chat. We'll come back. Then we'll go into the lineup building exercise. And if you're watching people who are 76 likes, we need 24 more to get it to 100. We're capable of doing that. And if you're not a mod, stop using more than 3 emojis. If you do the chat police, which is Nightbot, a machine, not a human being, will delete your message. And if you keep repeating that, it will time you out. I hope we just get a 2-0 win. Don't ask me who will score the goals. Yeah, I was about to, but thank you. Only way we're winning today is Chelsea repeat that Madrid second leg performance. Yeah, which is, but we did that without balance. Without balance. We don't need to. Go ahead, Rodrigo.
Juve game, the Juve at home last season.
Yeah, 4-0
will be enough.
Yeah, something like that. We need to win without conceding a single goal.
Or losing Chilwell.
Yeah, or losing Chilwell. And
too soon.
Yeah, and I wouldn't use the Madrid away game as an example because we didn't go through. Thomas Tuchel, for how much I love him so much, but I think sometimes it's not pragmatic enough for me. Had he been pragmatic enough, we'd have won that game. But that's a German thing. He wanted more goals on the day, and he ended up becoming a risk, too much risk. Yeah, go ahead, Roger. Were you saying something?
No, that's a good observation. I agree with you.
Yeah. What Liverpool do to Manchester United? Dortmund be ready to collect Woto today. Yeah, Woto. Where did I hear that? I think it's a Nigerian comedy. But that's, by the way, it's not too late. We have just under 7 hours until kickoff. If we sack, you can get an epic no manager bounce off the Chelsea. Yeah, that's another way to put it. Maybe the players who select themselves.
That's funny.
Yeah. I don't. I'm going to snitch on you when I get to Heaven's Gate. And that's my day.
Here we go.
Yeah. Dortmund go collect Woto today. I hope to see that. I hope they do that. A question for back 3: does Trev come in as a third centre back?
I hope so.
Playing who on the left is I've heard before. Who was it that made that argument that Fofana can actually play across all three in the back 3 across all the positions? He can play on the left hand side. Maybe that's what we'll see today. But let's see. And don't count out Graham Potter starting Cucurella in the left centre back position.
You Koulibaly on the left.
Who?
I can see Koulibaly playing left centre back.
Yeah. And do you really want to see that?
No, I don't.
No.
Julian Brandt is cooking.
Middle.
Oh, man. He's gonna cook him.
And plus, he seems better if he's the one leading the back line.
Exactly.
He does better.
Koulibaly is more comfortable in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah. So it will be a huge risk. So let me try and catch up with what we have in the chat here. I'm going to scroll past quite a few comments in the chat. Wow, how many people? Just give me a second. Okay, I think it's not too much. It was just how fast I scrolled. And let me get this first, to honor the members a bit. I'll come back up. I am sticking with my prediction of the team against Leeds United with Reece and Chalobah in for Badia, Chile, and ROC. Remember, I don't think Chalobah starts today. And if you get anything wrong, you be ready to do a push-up on camera for the rest of the people
but if you get it wrong,
watch.
What about if you get it wrong? You're going to do
push-up?
push-up?
I'll do that. Trust me. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it with just my fingernails on the ground, if that's what you want to see.
on a tile floor, sir.
Yeah, I'll do it. Only way I will win it today if Chelsea again. I think what Liverpool did, I've read that one. It's not too late. I've gotten that one too. Dortmund could collect Woto. I've seen that one. Since at the final whistle of Mount walking around the pitch, clapping the fans and apologizing. I can see it now. I don't think he'd even be on the bench today because
No,
his injury. Well, he said
he's suspended. He's suspended.
He's suspended.
yeah, he's
He can't
suspended.
play.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, he's injured too. So two things. Plus the number 29 must not be in the game today. Good luck. Even go pray that it will still happen. Potter would pull a hamstring. He's in the mind games. Oh my goodness! Under pressure and park a balls. Wow, against Leeds United. That's what turned you off. I predict the game to be 1-0. Okay. 1-0 CFC win on penalties. I hope so. Thank you so much. The 3-2-1 is here. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. What else do we have here? Chelsea players are playing their own game. No Potter tactics. The players are gradually gelling. Forget Potter. At least let them gel and win us games. I want to see that. Joao Felix should play false nine. All right. I'm going to say hello to people that I haven't said hello to here, and then we'll go into the lineup building exercise. Dexter, Dexter, I hope you're well. I'd prefer to go to a back for a back three. We must not concede before we scored a goal. That would make an uphill battle and an even bigger task, especially with this crop of players. They seem to sulk whenever we concede for Potter. Only trust nobody. Trust Bobby. Oh, okay. Let's see. Hello, guys. Hello to you, to Asma. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. I've read this one from bro. I had to skip down to read it. Kai missing another sitter tonight. Wow, you've become, the negative spacecraft pilot. My predicted lineup: Kepa, Kalidou Koulibaly, Fofana, Chalobah, Kova, Enzo, Chilwell, Loftus-Cheek, Felix, Sterling, and Kai. We will win 4-1. The win is important to me. Why can't he still not started? Very sad news. He has to recover. The Blues, back with the Blues. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for that. Guys, the last thing we want is going down. We don't want to concede first. Champions League night at Stamford Bridge. Yep, a fire. Yes, Fofana can play across all the back, but then he may well start on the left. I don't think. Then who starts on the right hand side? Maybe that accommodates Reece James in the right centre back position, and then you'd see Loftus-Cheek start this game still because he trusts him. So that may well happen. If we want to score, Felix should play up front and not Havertz. Let's see what the manager does. Means hot. Yep, I know the meaning, but I just was thinking where I saw it. Big up Kuchila, big up to you too, Santiago Munoz. 2-0 Chelsea. I hope so. 7-0 Dortmund. You must be a Dortmund fan. Let's see. Can now say I am confident for this one unless the players go all out and as someone on our team remembers how to finish. Yeah, maybe they need to be reminded that how to finish. I cannot see us getting the result, but let's see what happens. Joking 2-0 CFC. Okay. I think we should play a back three similar to the weekend, but I would like to see Felix at first line with Mudryk and Sterling flanking him. I don't want to see Kai anymore. He cannot be trusted. If you paid attention to the numbers, then you see why the manager have been starting him, even though a lot of people think he's not been doing well. But more importantly, thank you, people. You people are absolute legends. 20 more likes to get it to 100. And I know we can do that. So please keep dropping the likes on the stream. And if you can, do us a favor, share the links on whatever social media where you have presence so that people can join us. And if you have a channel, it wouldn't cost anything. So long as you're the member of this community and you want us to help promote your channel, feel free, talk about it. We'll find a way to help your channel grow the best we can. That's, by the way, coming back to you, Roger. Let's get into it. Roger, can you make an argument as to why you think Chalo will start? I don't think he starts. I think he doesn't trust him. If he starts, then most likely a back four. But let's hear your argument.
No, you're right. The numbers suggest that he seldom picks him, which I don't understand because every time I've seen him play, he has been for the most part very steady and reliable. Obviously, it's something in training.
But post-World Cup, which I don't blame him, and AD has a solid argument for that. he hasn't been himself, probably down to where his mindset and how he's been treated, because he was excellent a pre-World Cup. But go ahead.
Yeah, no. I have no idea. Obviously, he's getting input not just from, it's not just Potter, it's the entire training staff. You have to remember that, the positional coaches. So, and obviously, listen, when you're being compared to Silva and Koulibaly and Fofana, so perhaps he's a small notch behind them. That's a serious depth chart, coach. So we need to take that into consideration also. I can see him picking him in the back three. I hope he does at least. Maybe that's myself being naive, but because of Silva missing, I have a feeling it's going to be a back four. But I would hope he plays with a back three for the first half, and I hope he picks Chalobah on the right hand side, Koulibaly in the middle, and Fofana on the left, if that's possible. If Fofana does indeed. Yeah, if Fofana does
that may well happen.
I hope that's the case.
But if you're considering the fact that it doesn't look like he trusts him, do you really see that happening?
In all likelihood, no. Let's be honest. I just don't.
I feel bad for him because it's
so do I. So do I. I think he's. Listen, it's not just because he's a local boy. Let's say we bought him from Lial, and I've watched him play. He has.
You'd be respecting him more.
Yeah, well, not so much.
So
that.
sorry for the tapping. Did I miss it?
You hit the post. It rebounded, came off in your bum. No, but seriously, I think I rate him. I think he plays consistently at a high level. He's not as good with the ball at his feet as Fofana is. I agree with you on that. However, aerially and all aspects, the way he reads the game, he's got strength,
his commitment on the pitch, I value a lot.
Yeah, his all-round game defensively, I think is solid, to put it mildly.
And he's still young, so most people
very
beyond his age enough.
Yeah,
and I consider Aspi probably play as a right side centre back ahead of Chalobah.
That is, if Aspi is fit, is he fit?
I don't think he will be, will he?
With the concussion, I think he'll be out for a while.
Yeah, I mean that was a serious kick.
But if he's fit, Rodrigo makes a solid argument. He probably starts Aspi ahead of him because he trusts him better.
Oh yes, for sure.
Yeah, but so far offensively, if Aspi played maybe in the right centre back position, I think he'll do a good enough job. But go ahead, Roger.
Yeah, I've noticed that Potter has indeed he's turned to experience over youth, and that usually highlights a coach under pressure, where he turns to he can only trust the veterans. That's very normal, coach.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a project, eh?
No, but when your back's to the wall, most managers do indeed turn to the veterans, because it's not so much the physical errors, it's the mental errors, and there have been some, like for instance, when we conceded with James and Madueke didn't track back and they were ball watching. This is stuff that veterans won't make for the most part. So I get it, and listen, for him not to be under pressure would be a lie, or he's lying to himself, because the results haven't been good enough. And I think his selection towards veterans, for the most part, is a telling tale, in my opinion.
Yeah, like you've mentioned that, it shows he's feeling the pressure and wants to turn things around.
Do you not agree?
I get it. He knows he has young players that he should be given a chance, but the priority right now is to turn things around. Yeah, that happens. That one is secondary. Let me catch up with what we have in the chat. We'll go into building the lineup proper, and then the news items we'll have lined up. We'll talk about them last once we're done with the lineup. It's a serious shame that the moment we bring in a player who can create from deep, the strikers who would thrive off that service gets dropped. A serious shameless right now. Now VAT will likely start. Most likely than not, because it's either him or Felix. I respect Kai's number, but he cannot finish and what's to say that Felix cannot do those numbers? Then you might as well play Kai behind him and have Felix start in the false nine position. Really, well, Richardson, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. He will start Loftus because he's the favorite son of the manager. Yeah. Oh, come on. Why he cannot like Mudryk? He likes Mudryk. When they dropped Mudryk, I was in support of that. I know Mudryk is a fine player. I'm one of his biggest fans, but it needs to be gradual. But he's going to start this one, I believe. Funnily enough, have I ever seen somebody say funnily? But I like it. Funnily enough,
Yeah.
Felix's finishing ain't a much to write home about either.
No.
That's the truth. None of them.
Coach.
And Roger will tell you that.
Coach, by the way,
Yeah.
his name is pronounced Joao Felix.
Joao what?
So he corrected everyone in his news conference.
Joao.
Joao Felix.
So why spell it like that?
I'm not Portuguese.
No,
I
it's
have no
Felix.
idea.
To be
It's
fair,
not Felix.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
Felix.
Felix.
Yeah, it's Felix for Felix. It's not Felix.
All right. Kai Havertz has now created 30 plus chances, 35 for Chelsea in all competition. How will miss all the goals? I don't know. He's created more chances than he's missed goals, so I give him respect. I expect the back three will reach at the right centre back and RSC right wing. That may well happen. Veteran Aspie gave a free kick away. Is he perfect? No, he's not.
No, he's
it's
lost
not.
a step. He's
Yeah.
lost the step.
Yeah,
For sure.
and sometimes had they missed that chances, sometimes you call it a good foul. You don't know. In some situations,
What
sometimes
Prowse missing that? What Prowse?
no, but I'm just saying. In some cases, you commit foul.
Yeah.
It's called professional foul. Sometimes you have to commit some fouls and not let the player create a sense or take a chance. You'd rather take a chance building a wall and
But
having your
coach-
goalkeeper stand the chance of
But coach, to be honest with you, this is one of the criticisms I have with Chelsea in the last year or two, is they don't block enough crosses and they give away far too many fouls around the 18-yard box. They do. And then,
Yeah,
as
I
a
get-
goalkeeper, it's worrisome.
It is concerning, really. Is Mendes still injured with his fingers? We need competition for Kepa. Yeah, he's still out injured. The channel needs a Porter to win tonight. We will struggle for content.
We're gonna start transfer news.
I
Here's
need
the
a
thing,
job. I need a job. I will be
Yeah.
fired.
Here's the thing: whatever happens, you pick and choose your title strategically. If we lose, I have a feeling we will come through. If we lose, then you go with Potter is seriously not the man. Watch people, watch people coming. Yeah, it's you pick and
Come
choose the
brand
title.
envelope. Brand envelope, yeah.
Yeah, no, but this is hilarious. Yeah, if they lose, we will struggle for content. If we out of the Champions League, can you imagine the next 5 months of me whining about Bali? I don't see that, but I get your argument. Roger is correct about turning to experience players a sign of pressure. Yeah, Roger always objective. Even when we fight, I know he's always objective. I think we can say that name however we want. I don't think it's not fair to argue you can say it however you want. Because I'm sure if I know your real name, because I'm quite sure Asma isn't your real name, it sounds like more like a nickname. If I know your real name and butcher it, you will not be happy. Fortitude, coach, fortitude. Big up, brother. Much love. I hope you're doing.
Fortitude. You remember that, coach?
Oh my goodness.
One of the
But
best lines.
I love Rahayu. Let's get into building the lineup. Roger, stop. Rahayu, see what you
funny.
cost.
Oh my god, it's one of the funniest moments ever.
Let's start it. I'll say Kepa here. If you think otherwise, say name.
Bettinelli.
Yeah, maybe Bettinelli. We haven't. Who's the worst goalkeeper we've had? We've been lucky with goalkeepers, really.
It's been a long time, coach.
Yeah, we've been lucky with goalkeepers.
Rostenbo, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Rostenbo, but he
Turnbull.
didn't get to play that much.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
bad.
He was bad.
Was he
Whenever
bad when he played?
Yeah.
His distribution was
Yeah,
bad
he was.
also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where did they sign? Was it Sunderland? Where did they sign him from?
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, yeah.
Yeah. A red team, I remember that.
Why did we sign him? Was it homegrown?
I think we
Because that's usually the reason why we get such goalkeepers.
Just for depth,
Was
I
it-
don't think
16-15 when we lost Czech. And then he
Was
came
that,
in as
well,
a
not as a second
What?
choice goalkeeper, but usually when we get such goalkeeper quality, such goalkeepers, it's usually because they're homegrown, just to make up the quota.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But let's see what we have here. Why Kepa need a competition? How Courtois don't need competition? Players must be a professional and give all they can get out of the club. Yep, I agree with you. I think we don't need to sign any other player. Mendy comes back, and if the manager feels like he'd do better than Kepa, he selects him. But Eugene, more importantly, let me know. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for finding the time to join the show. If Kepa is injured, what we'll do? We have what's his name?
Marcus.
Bettinelli. He comes in.
He has the best season ticket of all the Chelsea fans. You literally what you say.
it's true.
He sits in the best seat, right?
Best seats.
Leather padded.
Oh my lord.
Oh yeah, indeed. We have 15 more likes, people. Let's get it there. To get it to 100 likes, we can do that. Let's see. Coach, you don't have to worry about content when we lose. I got a whole busload of content you can borrow. I got you. Yeah, that's what I told them. That's not a problem. Just be creative with your title. Yeah, even Potter Bottled It would draw hundreds of thousands of views. Then Courtois have a quality like Czech or Begovic. Begovic was a good goalkeeper actually for us.
Very good from Bournemouth, right?
Underrated, really.
Very good.
Begovic was good and a good professional.
What did Begovic stand for us?
I don't remember the year. But was it under Conte? I don't remember under who.
Somewhere
you know what's called a Mandela effect?
Why?
Like I don't remember. Begovic played for Chelsea?
Yes.
Yeah. Begovic played for Chelsea. And I think he started Premier League games too. He did what? He's a good shot stopper. He's a good goalkeeper.
What about Mark Schultz? Mark Schultz. What?
Mark Schwartz do it too.
Schultz was like a third stringer.
but he loved the experience.
Yeah.
Schwartz loved the experience. He's always fond of Chelsea, especially when you see him as one of the pundits. He speaks very highly of the club.
Begovic was such a good backup. He left because he wanted to start, and he got a starting job, I think, for Bournemouth or somewhere.
Yeah, but he loved Chelsea, and he was a good goalkeeper for us, really. I think Courtois have quality. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I think he played for Stoke City. I think before.
It could have been Stoke, yeah, but I can't remember.
No, he did play for Bournemouth. Yeah, you're right. He played for Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think so. I can't recall.
No, you're 100% right.
All I remember is he's a listen. He was basically a mid-table starting goalkeeper, and we had him as a backup. That we had very good depth. We have traditionally, for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Courtois was the reason why Shaq had to leave.
Yeah,
So usually in the goalkeeping department, because you don't change goalkeepers that much, it's hard to keep a world-class goalkeeper as a second choice.
Yeah, this is why coach right now. Well, obviously he's got a broken finger, but currently right now, regardless of who starts for Chelsea, we have depth in our number one and number two. We really do. If you switch them around, it's irrespective. They're both very good goalkeepers.
Yeah, but Mendy wouldn't playing second fiddle to Kepa Arrizabalaga. He would want to leave for sure.
No, of course, I get it.
Yeah, and plus there are other factors that come into play. As much as I still argue people don't give him enough credit as to how good he is with his feet, he's not the worst, but usually lapses in concentration has seen him be a bit reluctant to decide on what to do, and the opposition player gets to him and gets the ball from him. Kepa is the better distributor of the two. But despite the way, it's a good contribution right there. Hilario was a backup too, but was a starter at one point, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
When Peck was injured.
Yeah. Let's see what we have. Porter has the best seat. Pit side also can make random substitution. Maybe he enjoys it. Who do we have as top choice goalkeeper? Slonina.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the goalkeepers, but right now he's the third, given that Mendy is out. But once Mendy comes back, he drops further down the pecking order. Correct me if I'm wrong. Players must give 100% always, no matter of what the competition is. Yep, that's the truth. Competition makes problems in dressing room. I would argue against that. Competition is the reason why the player that gets the chance to play give 100%. If that makes sense. Without competition,
Raises your game, coach.
Yeah, without competition, it's a human thing. You take things for granted, even subconsciously, without knowing. But knowing that if you underperform, someone else comes in and does an equally good job or even better, you'd be doing your best not to even give them the opportunity to start. Somehow through you're having a conversation. Czech and Begovic was underrated then. They didn't get their respect from the world. Czech did. Czech was respected globally.
Yeah.
Czech is one of the best goalkeepers ever.
Yeah.
I don't know who underrated him. I think everybody valued. He was respected globally. People know how good he is. I only have, as much as that is a problem for me, but that when he was one of the best, playing out from the back, goalkeepers participating in the tiki-taka or playing out from the, wasn't that much a global thing. It was more of something you see in Spain and other places. The problem is Kai is a selfish player. Sorry?
Czech was so bad at penalties in his career, and then that one night in Munich, he just turned into a beast. He was I was scared because Czech was so bad at penalties.
Which is unusual.
Probably he practiced well.
Yeah.
Probably was prepared for it.
Isn't it? Mendy's so bad, and then he turned up good for Senegal.
Yeah,
that's true.
My problem is Kai isn't really selfish. So long as you make that run, if he sees you, he gives you the ball. Yes, Begovic played for us. Yep. Eugene. Okay, let me see. They have waged in contract, so they must be professional. That's expected of them. 100%. I agree with you on field. Or they are, or they don't have a good character, and we cannot win trophies constantly. Yep. I agree with you. They have to be professional, whether competition or not, but competition does go a long way. We got Begovic from Stoke. Yeah, very correct. Good memory there. So let's start, Roger. We'll talk about your back three. Then if we get too much conflicting inputs here, then we will have those in the chat play. I'm thinking Koulibaly centrally.
Yeah.
Because on the left, like they're going to smoke him. Pace-wise, and he's gonna again his usual what Bob is called customary behavior during the start of games. Commit some foul and then be on the yellow.
He got the
So we can agree. We can agree that maybe we still have to consult those in the chat whether we like it or not. Who plays here for you, Roger? Maybe we need to start using the poll in the chat. Yeah.
Which part? Where are you looking at?
At the left centre back position now.
I hope
with Koulibaly centrally. What are the options we have there?
Well, we have Fofana or Chalobah, and I think it's going to be Fofana.
You have to add Cucurella to that list because he trusts him.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. Well, we've seen it once before, and it was, shall we say, shocking. I hope he
But on the day, you could argue the day our midfield was washed off at that point.
He's done that twice against Brentford and Aston Villa, where he had Chilwell and Cucurella playing. And both times, he had to take off Cucurella because he wasn't
he looked
working.
Lost, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So should
Cucurella works better if the left wing back is an actual winger. So let's say Sterling.
Oh, that's when he does better.
Yes,
Coach, here's the thing. Sorry if I may interrupt.
No, go on.
Dortmund play a high-intensity, high-press game.
Yes.
I think Cucurella will have a problem playing out from the back because he's not very bold enough to beat the press. And I think Koulibaly on the left and I do not know. I mean, in the central position, who fits well? Maybe Fofana and Reece James on the right. I see only that way we can play back three.
That's what I'm
Otherwise,
thinking.
we will not be able to break their press.
Only problem with JC. Only problem with Koulibaly on the left is Koulibaly is a bad defender on when he's isolated.
You'll be
On the left,
exposed.
yeah.
You'll be
Yeah.
exposed.
And then that's where the
one-on-one.
danger man operating. Julian
And
Brandt. He's gonna
and I
cook
don't
Koulibaly.
trust. Again, experience is important when you're the one leading the back line.
But
Experience is
Potter
important.
doesn't do that. Potter actually prefer playing Koulibaly on the left. You'll see it today.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
why I think he'll go with a 4.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking also.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
he's
get
played-
quickly
I've seen a game where
round off
Fofana-
this one.
Because we
Yeah, go
have
ahead,
to
go ahead,
see
Rodrigo.
how Dortmund will come out at us, and they defend high. They really press high, and I think we have a
Has
problem.
Has he ever played? Sorry. Has he ever played Ben Chilwell there? Ben Chilwell.
No.
In the left, no, he hasn't tried it.
You
And
play
I don't think
He
he
Cucurella.
would
hasn't
do
tried
it.
it.
Yeah, I don't think he would do it.
Yeah.
If anybody, if
He's
he's going
I've
to start
seen- I've seen
anybody
a game-
other than all the recognized traditional centre backs there, he will be Cucurella because he trusts him. He's played him there before at Brighton, and at Chelsea,
And
I think he's played him there. Yeah.
The Leeds game is the first time he's actually put Koulibaly in the middle of a back three. He's always played Koulibaly as a left side centre back.
Yeah.
Whenever he played with a back, it's the first time he did it against.
Yeah, but
Leeds
in those occasions, he had Thiago Silva who led the back. Because
No.
he needs experience.
I've seen
what
him when
occasion?
Thiago Silva wasn't playing. He still played Fofana in the middle. What game was it?
Yeah.
He played Fofana in the middle of a back three and played
Who
Koulibaly
played
on the left.
centrally in the last game?
Koulibaly. That's the first
Koulibaly.
time.
And I
Koulibaly.
think I
No,
think
you see, at a point, I thought maybe Potter didn't realize that Koulibaly is not comfortable playing on the left side. But now he's played him, I think, twice or so in that middle, and he's a lot comfortable playing in the
In
middle.
back four, yes, but in the back
And
three.
if he
No,
started-
not back
yes.
four, not back four. In the back
Mhm.
three, but in the middle, he plays in the middle. He's more comfortable. Koulibaly is not good on the left side of the tree. It's not good at all.
At all, exactly. Yeah, it's not
So
good.
which
No,
means
no,
he's
no,
not
no.
going to risk it. And probably if he's paying
not gonna
attention,
risk it,
really, he's not going to risk it with Koulibaly starting centrally. And then again, in a very crucial game, as the one we're going to play later today, he reshuffles things again. It's a high risk. That's what I'm thinking.
What do you think 4 then?
Yeah, but one more point, coach. If you have left side central defender as Cucurella, and then you have Chilwell at player 7,
Oh my God.
You want
It's
to
not
see
gonna
them
really
playing
work.
together.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna work. Yeah.
Yeah, Aspi
No, that hasn't worked. That hasn't worked.
Aspi isn't
That-
ready,
that-
right? Aspi is still out. Can we confirm that Aspi shouldn't be ready for this game right now?
No,
It's not,
Aspi
right?
didn't train yesterday. Aspi didn't train yet.
Yeah, so he will not be playing. But it's a good suggestion. Had they been fit, maybe that would have been the better option. Let's try this. And let's see what we have. He said, "Wait, Cucurella, when has that? When has that ever worked?" Yep, that's the argument. That's the argument Rodrigo brought up. But never.
Has he ever played Cucurella alongside Lewis Hall?
Yeah, he did. He played
Yeah,
that
we've
against
seen
Man
that.
City.
Yeah, one of
Man
the
City
cases
away
that we talked about. Yeah,
in the League Cup. In the League Cup, Man City away in the League
Oh,
Cup.
good.
and he
Hall
looked
looks
good on the day. Actually, they played well on
Yeah.
the day, but we
Yeah.
lost
It's
that
just that
particular game.
Chilwell and Cucurella doesn't work. We've seen it twice. Aston Villa away, Aston Villa away,
Brentford,
Brentford
right?
away. In both games, he took Cucurella after 30 minutes.
You know, after having all these thoughts we just had, and knowing like we played well last game with back 4, I think we are going back.
Yeah, I agree completely.
There's going to be a backward.
4.
Okay, let's finish this one. We'll do back 4 next. I think we'll start using the poll so that those in the chat contribute. Koulibaly has not been that poor on the left, whether back 3 or back 4. Certainly not enough to take the risk with someone else. Chalobah in the middle. You play
Koulibaly on the
Chalobah
left.
in the middle? Graham Potter doesn't even trust him. doesn't even trust him enough, starting him in the right back, and you think he'd stick him in the middle there. I don't
No
think
way.
he does that.
No,
If,
not
No
in a
way.
million years.
That's not-
if anything, it would be Koulibaly here. Because Fofana, I've heard, can play across all the positions here in the back three. Fofana here, and then Chalobah on the right hand side, if anything. But don't be surprised to see Reece James here in the right centre back position, and then Loftus-Cheek here with an attacking intent.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to say what he does.
Or Ziyech.
Or Ziyech here, possibly. Don't discount Graham Potter, even though we were starting to see like Ziyech, his head isn't here anymore.
Yeah.
He's still sticking in there.
Actually, he would do that. He might do that because playing Ziyech there, you can have the hybrid approach where James can push as a right back, and then you shift across, you play back four.
Yeah, that's a good point. But
Can
He
you
could do that with,
explain that again, Rodrigo?
Ruben. So he could do that with Ruben. It doesn't really matter whether Ziyech or Ruben.
You
Where
said James,
as the right
James
back.
here.
The key is James.
Ruben here. I think at this point, I think he'd rather play Ziyech. He's shown. I know Ziyech. Was he suspended for the last game? No, he wasn't.
No.
Did he play?
No,
He played okay, actually.
Ziyech, no.
He did play okay in Dortmund. Yeah, he did play okay in Dortmund. Yeah. Ziyech is actually good at defending. People don't.
No, he's improved. His defensive
He
work
tracks
has
back
improved.
really well, yeah.
when he applies
trusts back
himself,
Okay, should we?
I
Maybe we'll have
don't
to
really,
involve those in
really.
the chat.
I don't think he's gonna play Ziyech.
You
I don't think he's
so,
gonna
right?
play Ziyech. No, I don't think he's gonna play Ziyech. Then never. I would rather Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
he will go with experience. He go with the Champions League night experience. He'll probably go between Loftus-Cheek and Ziyech. I think he'll go for Ziyech.
Okay, let's finish. Let's finish the back three
Let's
first.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the most difficult.
Yeah, we're moving up. By the time you know, we will be at number 9 position when we haven't even finished the back three, because it's difficult really to fathom to be able to tell what's going to happen here.
Fofana on left side, I think.
Fofana on the
Fofana
left.
on the left.
Fofana play there. I've never seen him play there.
No, neither have I.
Neither.
But yeah,
Because-
people
don't
are saying he can
forget-
play across the back three.
But coach, don't forget when you defend in the back three, it's different to when you're left side centre back in a back four, because there you defending you almost like a left back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how Fofana will play if he's
What structure did we
isolated.
play? Just Rodrigo, quickly with this thing. He's saying here. What structure did we play? That usually is saying here.
The
left
back
centre
four, back four. That's what I'm saying. It's
in
a
the back four on the left hand side in
It's
the back four.
Yeah, it's different because when you
But
play in
this
the
one
back
is different. Placing him
Yeah.
here is very different from being
because
centrally,
you-
where you have two central centre backs centrally, and it's different.
Yeah, because you'll be isolated. This is where only Rudiger can do this job, because he's a right-footed guy and defended could put his body correctly to defend as a left-sided centre back. I'm worried
miss
about
him.
Fofana playing there because I don't know how he will play being isolated with Julian Brandt and the left back.
Okay,
Obviously,
see
he's
what
gonna
we're going
have
to do.
help from
Let's keep
Chilwell. I
skipping
don't
it.
know.
We'll come back to the problem. Because in
Yeah,
school, you were taught to
stop.
answer the questions
Oh,
you know.
put Enzo on
Then
the-
go.
Coach, put Enzo on the right and Kov on the left. Even though I prefer the other way around. He's gonna be
Okay, was that how they operated the last time?
Yeah.
They are
I hate
switching all
seeing
the
that.
time, actually.
But
I hate seeing
they're fluid, so the position doesn't really matter. And have you guys learned really that what's his name? Graham Potter prefers playing with two CMs rather than what we call rather than two sexes, like we call it really.
Yeah.
He likes it more fluid. He doesn't even care how defensively solid they are. He just wants fluidity and interplay. The connection or interplays between the two players is what matters. He prefers that's what matters to him even more than their defensive ability. Really,
If it is a back four, we might see Ruben Loftus-Cheek starting in front of Kovac.
If it is a back what?
If we are playing with the back four, then I think he starts Ruben Loftus-Cheek with Enzo.
I don't think so. Given Kovacic's performance in the last game, he actually took him off earlier, even though he was still firing. I think he started this game.
Coach, we are talking about Potter, huh? So,
Like he's arguing, don't trust him. Let me get what we have in the chat. I'll come back. 22 final is cause okay. There's some conversations right there. Let's see what we have here. TT has played a Chalobah in the middle, and he did very well. I remember that. But the day what's his name? Fofana played centrally. He was awful. That was one of the Champions League games we lost away under Thomas Tuchel.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is that
you
correct?
still see that exuberance in him. You don't see any measure of calmness. It's not suitable for
Actually,
that central role.
that makes sense. Actually, the best would be like Koulibaly, Chalobah, and Fofana. That might stick.
Yeah, Fofana here, right? On Fofana on the left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chalobah in the middle and Fofana on the right.
What? No.
But do you think? Let's
Chalobah
look at
has
how
played
how,
in the
how
middle,
has it
actually.
done? Yeah, how has it done on the ground, Potter? Potter don't trust him. It's clear. He doesn't trust him.
I'd be so shocked if he does that.
Yeah, I'll be
I'd
shocked
be
if he gets a chance and then being centrally. For how
No.
long has he played there? It's a huge risk.
He's on
If
the
you had
right.
tried him in all the less important games, and you'd say you come up with the argument he'd risk it now. But I don't think he will risk it. That's
Not-
where my argument is coming from.
Then it is like, I hope he doesn't start Cucurella. I hope then he puts, I don't know, maybe
Yes,
Koulibaly,
that's what we're gonna
Fofana,
do.
and
Yeah, go ahead. But go ahead.
Reece James. Because we will not be. But okay, it's Potter. We go ahead.
No, Kante isn't fit. Kante probably mid-February. If he starts, I'd be surprised. Taliban, yeah, we've talked about that. Things have passed away, bro. Leave Bruce playing tonight. Yeah, for sure. But where? Back three, Khalidu. Like, I think he's gonna do that. James could play in the right centre back with Loftus-Cheek here.
Yeah.
That's what I think. If anybody has any counter argument to that, go ahead. But I'll still ask those in the chat. So let's see. A back four would have been easy to complete. Then who here?
Yeah.
Fofana.
Yeah,
No.
Fofana. He may well do that.
But I
And there's a
really, I
reason
don't
also
know.
to play him there to
This is
deal
gonna
with the
be
pace.
this gonna be a big gamble. It's a big gamble to have a guy that
Yeah.
hasn't played there in a big game
Then
like
we
that.
may
It will be
well
like that.
see this. We may well
Yes,
see
it'll be-
this.
Yes,
We
it'll
may
be
well see
that.
this like this.
Yeah.
Most likely. Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely. Yeah.
But still, as much as I think Fofana is
That's
good,
still a
he's
gamble.
it's still a gamble too. Either way, and to me, this is even more of a gamble than
This is-
how we had it, because this
Coach.
guy essentially,
Yeah,
is
it's
not
more
cool-headed.
of a gamble. It's a bigger gamble playing Koulibaly on the left. Bigger gamble.
This is
Mhm.
why I
And
think he's
Rodrigo,
going to
you
go with
did
a
argue
4.
that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, Graham Potter will rather do this way. I'm telling you, you'll see it.
More than a back 4.
Remember, there's a game. I think it was in the second half. I think it's Crystal Palace at home when he went back to a back 3. He brought in Koulibaly and Badiashile. He kept Koulibaly. He put Koulibaly on the left side centre back and put Badiashile in the middle of a back 3 and had Chalobah as the right side centre back. That's why I was like, all right. So you brought in Koulibaly, who is better in the middle, and then we can keep Badiashile as on the left. But no, he didn't do that. He put Koulibaly there. So
This is why, gentlemen, I think because of the players that are available to him or lack thereof, I believe that there's a strong
look at Roger massaging the word so he can give him an excuse. Roger, I know you, man.
I believe. Your Honor, objection, Your Honor.
Look at Roger already lining
my
up.
word, massage
mindset.
indeed.
You read me. I believe seriously there's a strong propensity that he will indeed use a back 4 because of this.
Coach, how do you went so quickly pull Mudryk? You think we didn't see that? Take him out.
I didn't see either.
We'll get to that. Okay, let me just take him out when we get there.
I think there is another way of making it. We can list the players.
Let's work with those in the chat. That will help us end it quickly. Yeah, but present your argument. Go ahead. I'm listening to you, JC.
Yeah, so I think Potter for sure will start Sterling. For sure will start Kai, as already Joao Felix mentioned in his press conference, and he will for sure start Felix. So we already have 3 nailed-on starters. So
I think he starts Mudryk today. And remember, Mudryk is the top scorer in the Champions League we have, although the 3 goals were for Shakhtar Donetsk.
But then we are playing back 4. Otherwise, he cannot accommodate.
I've argued that, but I think he can still walk here. But he'd pay attention to the left channel.
There, but he's not going to play it.
So who do you think plays here?
It will be Felix. Felix.
On the left-hand side of the 8, Raheem Sterling was very effective on the right-hand side, So let's go Felix here.
Yeah.
Okay, and here Sterling, and here, unfortunately Kai Havertz.
Because Kai Havertz is a designated penalty taker as well, don't forget that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shows you how much they value him. But again, most people don't look beyond the surface. So where we have serious problems here, I think if James starts here, and I don't think Chalobah starts this game, I'm still saying this. I don't think he trusts him that much. Then he will be lost to Chick here. I don't know.
Or Ziyech.
Gentlemen, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think he starts James at a right centre back unless he really wants to utilize him, but not if he's not fit enough to start in the right back position.
Go ahead and see what Rahayu is saying here. He thinks Kukure starts in the left centre back position. That's a chance that happens, really. Just quickly, let Pulisic start and bench Kai. Pulisic probably will not start. We've always been told that he's going to be back mid-March. Are we mid-March yet? No, we're not. Loftus-Cheek is useless on the wings. That's actually the best place. Don't bet than playing as one of the deep lines midfielders. Ziyech, like Eugene said, I would never start Ziyech again. Koulibaly can do that good because Chilwell is now left wing. So Koulibaly may well start there. So with the support of Chilwell's pace, but Chilwell will be more offensively minded on the day than they do less of the defensive duty. If he's up there and this guy's hit us on the break, the only guy that will be here, Koulibaly, and Koulibaly, he's least disciplined. He likes to overlap, no matter. Sometimes you see him here actually up here. He likes to move with the ball. So on the left-hand side, where already this guy is charged with being will be doing more offensively, it becomes a huge risk. But either way, whether centrally or on the left, or what's the name for Fana being on the left, is still a huge risk. We really don't know what's going to happen. Go ahead with what you're saying, guys. Big up Chris and Wobu. I hope you're doing well. One day, thank you so much for finding the time to join. Go ahead. I'm waiting. You come with the argument, everyone on the panel, so we can finish that one.
I don't know.
Let me hear any of you against Potter.
I think if this formation and these players are indeed selected with James at the right centre back, I think he does indeed start Ruben as the right.
But let's be honest, this isn't going to happen.
No,
because we haven't seen him try it.
I can't see this. He
hasn't done it before. I don't see him risking it today.
Yeah.
So let's just remove it and find another solution. This is beginning, from what we're seeing, is beginning to look like
Chalobah.
Yeah. I mean, if he does this, it will be Chalobah.
Yeah, because even if he doesn't trust him, but let's see what he does. Like Roger would say, Potter is predictably unpredictable.
His hand will be forced to do it.
Because he hasn't used James there. If he had done it any other time, then it would be easy to say James plays there.
Against Tottenham.
Did he do that?
Yeah, it was like a back
in a hybrid approach. Was that what it was?
The second game of the season, you mean?
Well, in a hybrid approach.
I'm talking about the Tottenham game we lost 2-0. That's why James wasn't pushing too much.
Okay.
Well, was it a hybrid approach?
I can't explain why James wasn't attacking as much as he usually do. So
The Spurs
Is he-
game, we used a 4-2-3-1. We didn't play a back three. It was a 4-2-3-1. Maybe a hybrid approach, but the original formation was a 4-2-3-1, sir.
Yeah, he was. And then at one point, James stopped attacking.
Yes, I get it, but it was primarily a back four.
Yeah, it was primarily back for maybe a hybrid approach. That's why we saw what we saw on the pitch. I don't think he's going to play Chilwell. Most likely Hall. Wow.
No way, no.
Rahayu, are you sure you're not just making it even more difficult? You sure Rahayu isn't just making it even more difficult for us? And Kukurea, okay, now I see it. You're just making it even more difficult for us. I wouldn't be surprised if Hall starts, but if he starts Hall, Kukurea isn't starting. But let's see what he does. Chalobah, he's been shaky of late. That's why we still see it as a risk, which means he's most likely, like JC said, will play with the back four, even though people think he should continue with the back three. He doesn't want to start a game with too many changes in the back line, because changes includes reshuffling the position of the players, then bringing in one new an entrant there who hasn't been there for a while, then there will be confusion, and you don't want that. You want them settled. So, and it's difficult, really. It's difficult. Koulibaly is the only player in the UEFA Champions League squad that has played LCB except Kukurea. No chance he puts a Fofana there for the first time in this type of game. So, let's go with Koulibaly on the left-hand side, and I hope Fofana does well if he starts centrally, because the last time he plays there, we lost away. What was that club again? Under Thomas Tuchel, we lost 1-0 or so on a counter.
Zagreb.
Oh,
Zagreb. It was
yeah.
Zagreb, where I thought he could have taken one for the team. Kachila slid Mudryk in.
Yeah,
notice. But believe me, I think is this French? If anybody reads French, bonjour.
It's good like that.
It's good. C'est bon. It's good.
Okay, yeah. So greetings to you. Yeah, sorry, but soon Google will roll out multi-language AI. So as you speak, I think it puts on something on the screen that interprets to other languages that you choose. I put Sterling as a striker. Fofana is the closest thing we have to Rudiger. Let's see. I need to see more to come to that conclusion. The closest thing to Rudiger will be Koulibaly, given his aggressive approach to the game, but more intelligent of the two. The other one more aggressive. On the left, okay, let's see what we have. He should not have changed the formation that played in Dortmund is Setkova and Fofana instead of RLC and Silva. They were very good. And I think we'll be safer with the back four of Fofana and Koulibaly centrally. Then play Chalobah right back, or Reece James right back, actually. Then left back Benchua. I think we'll be fine. Yes. It will be more solid. Unfortunately, Kai Havertz, coach. And I know he's going to start. And I will say, unfortunately, I paid attention to his numbers. I think he deserves to start, given we can't do otherwise, really. If we're being truthful here, Havertz cannot play as a number 9. Koulibaly should be a middle CB. Why are tallest and strongest, and also experienced, and also he's the most of all the players we have there that can play with the cool-headedness and not be in a rush to make decisions in most cases. James cannot play right center back, otherwise you lose his attacking threat. Yep, because we want to win this. So a solid argument. Go ahead.
Yeah, but coach, that's why I also said previously, it depends a lot on how is he physically, his health is, because he had the stiff hamstring. So if you put it as right wing back, he makes 4 sprints and then it goes, and then you are without Reece James for the whole match.
Yeah, Jesse says, and then he goes like a light bulb, like boom. He's done, but that's a solid argument, by the way. We don't want him to do a lot of running. We don't want him to do that, but
Reece James is starting to frustrate me now.
Yeah, same here.
But and that may well be a cautious decision to have left him out of the other game to be prepared for this one. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, it's still concerning. The trade-off between whatever deficiencies we think Chalobah has versus James not being in an advanced position is mad. Yeah, that's the truth. Thank
Can
you
you
so much for that.
as player number 8?
Sorry,
Player number 8.
James. Right, since Chalobah has been
Yeah.
plugged in the other end, yeah. And I have a poll, Rich James, 92%. So yeah, that works with it. Don't put Rich James as a CB. For whatever you said. That switch Koulibaly with Fofana. I don't know. Let's see what happens. But there's a solid argument for him to be there. Chalobah in the center, covering Koulibaly at left center back, and hoping he doesn't lunge in. That's his tradition. That's his MO ID. He needs to do that. Chalobah, let's see. Being fair, come and share. Who reads French, please? I don't want to butcher what he's saying. Yeah, this one I can read this. I understand French. This one means Rich James.
Wise guy. Huh?
Chalobah, Koulibaly, Fofana. So you said Chalobah on the left, but let's see what he does.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have too much sample to work with. I think with Kovacic in the middle, he will try to repeat a Chelsea game on Bernabeu last year with RFC on left wing or right wing on the left hand side. Is that what you mean? Was IRC on the wing on the left wing on the day? But I think Kovacic will be brilliant for us today. And James on the back. Back four, the only solution. Hence, our GOAT, Thiago Silva is injured. Yep, I understand that. And that hurts. Because again, coach, I said that because Chile been starting games and Potter is a paranoid about injuries. And Chile he's improving. He's improving. A lot of balls into the box the last time. And also a secret sauce mention. Lewis Hall, it's in the squad, starting 11. Okay, let's see. If Rhys James is fit, then only we can play back three. Else, you have to play back four. Even if he's fit, given the circumstances, I think he will most likely go with a back three. RSC doesn't create anything as a wing back. Yeah, but maybe the manager values how he can help overload the midfield area and the attacking area, if that makes sense. I think we are overstating Potter not trusting Chalobah. I don't think we are, really. He's just played the better players ahead of him, and there's no time. Potter played some out of position because he didn't want to play Chalobah. I think you just confirmed that he didn't trust him. If he played a player out of position to play where Chalobah is supposed to play, go ahead, Roger. Rodrigo, sorry. And sorry, I've been calling you Rodrigo all day.
Chalobah played at Anfield ahead of Aspie.
Well, I had no choice.
No, he could have played Aspie.
No. Oh, you mean at Anfield? I'm sorry. I apologize. Yes, I see what you're saying.
He decided for Chalobah.
Yes. No, that's a good point.
If hate or like Potter, now you see how difficult his job can be. If you're watching, if you haven't, 3 more likes to get it to 100. If you haven't, please take a second, drop a like on the stream, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hi, everyone. Here's my lineup. Okay. Kepa, James, Fofana, Koulibaly, Chilwell, Enzo, Kovacic, Sterling, Felix, and Havertz. Oh, yeah. Shocking. Really.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, we didn't see that coming. The only, again, it's probably picked itself, but positioning is where the issue lies. Someone said Mudryk is Chalobah with pace. No, I think he's a fine player, and we'll all see that. Omodu, Mark, so CFC bought Nani and Mudryk for the bench. Nani is not in the Champions League squad, but I think next season he will be. He's a fine player. Also,
we ain't gonna be in the Champions.
Also, yeah.
I heard someone told me like Noni Madueke dribbles like R1 Bissaka.
No, I don't think. I think it's a
No,
fine dribbler, but he's
cold.
still a bit raw. That's the only thing I can agree with.
He's very stiff, man.
I think this brother started this one with English and just
Coach,
transition.
here is another point. Sorry if I may interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
We are 1 goal down, and knowing that we have to score, would you rather have Chalobah on the field, or you go back 4 and put another attacker on top?
Yeah, that's the question.
Well, we have. It has to be a balance because you can't afford to concede first. That'll be
Exactly.
There has to be a
Exactly.
balance. But I get your point,
Yeah.
sir. But we have to be pragmatic to a certain extent.
We
We
have
need to
to
have a
score.
strategic plan for the game. We go first all in and then shut the shop, or we play
Because
with back three
yeah,
for first
because
70 minutes and
I
then
have
kitchen
a
sink.
point is we don't have enough centre backs. Like actually, like
We
what
don't.
JC, if we go in all in, scored, and then when we decide to park the bus, we bring in a centre back. But if you go the other way, then
Yeah,
you use up your centre back. Then what? You're
yeah,
gonna have to take him off. Then what if
yeah,
you go ahead in the game? Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
if you think tactically, you would rather go with a back four, keeping Chalobah on the bench. Then, if you go ahead in a game, you can then maybe take off
Shut
one of
the
the
shop.
attackers,
I
go for
think
back three, Chalobah.
I believe if
And
Silva was available, hypothetically speaking, I believe
Back
we
three.
would have started with a back three. But I think Potter's hand may be forced due to the lack of player selection, the availability of the centre backs. I think this is a determining factor.
Porto is having a nice coffee now, smiling at us. We're about to experience another masterclass selection from our. Let's Bailey. Let's see what happens. My secret sauce. Who have a secret sauce? Who have a who have a secret sauce? I told you that. Yeah, Lewis Hall is going to start, but let's see what
So
happens today. I hope we win. Is that Fofana included in our Champions League squad? Nope, he's not even find a space again. Seen a space on the bench, even on a day where you think that would be the case. Kuchila one Mudryk should start for Saab. I think he should start my one, but a lot of the people here don't think he should. The panelists do. They thought I sneaked him in, and I was called out for that. So let's see what happens. Player number 8 is James. Yeah, we plugged that in. It looks like I'm a bit back. Chalobah has zero technical ability. He's slow, and everyone can cross him. He can cost us to a much in biggest game. Wow. Let's see
wow.
what happens today. Big up, Coach and Partner. Big up to you too, brother. I'm gonna skip quite a few because we don't have too much time. I'm gonna bring Bobby in to get his thoughts on his selection so far. If he has
Hold up,
anything,
Bobby.
I want to hear his thoughts. Bobby, your thoughts. Welcome to the panel. I'm gonna stop asking you. I hope you're better now because you told me yesterday you've been better for a while now. So I'm not gonna do that again. But more importantly, nice to see you, bro. I hope you're well. Given the lineup and the structure you're looking at on the screen, what do you think? Do you think this is going to be the structure? I don't think we'd actually have the time to go for the back four. Maybe we'll plug that in quickly after Bobby speaks. But Bobby, your thoughts on the structure and the selection? What do you think? And the placement of the players, especially in the back line?
Do you know what, Coach? I have no thoughts. The fact that there's been so much agonizing about who's playing where, how, is testimony to the fact that the team is not settled at all. Nobody really seems to know. Nobody really seems to know what this team is about. To be honest, I don't know. Look, I don't think. I don't think this idea. You know, I don't. Failure in this game is not an option. You can't lose your season in March. Not if you're Chelsea Football Club, and not if you're building on a so-called project. It just can't happen, and it shouldn't happen. They have to win. I don't really, there's a lot of nervousness about our team, a lot of uncertainty. It's a different scenario. When we used to go into big games where we weren't particularly favourite with Thomas Tuchel, fans could put their faith in the coach and in his tactics and just in the bloody mindedness of some players. Now we're looking for that. We're looking for who to believe in because we're not sure. We don't know who we are to believe in. So that's just it. Today's it's not just a big game, but it is a big test. Yesterday, there were people saying, is it that Enzo, both Enzo and maybe it was another platform I was on, both Enzo and Joao Felix should come off the bench.
Hmm.
I don't really care what happens. All I want is that all I want is that we show, bloody minded determination and win this game. I personally don't think Dortmund are that good. I really don't. I think we made them look better than they are by missing our chances.
Yeah.
You miss your chances, you're making a team uh, appear to be, this sort of great team. People talking about Emre Can's clearances and all that nonsense. To me, he was a dud. He was a dud. He was struggling, backfooting, backpedaling, desperate stuff. It's just that we were not finishing. That's all. If we had finished earlier, we wouldn't even remember his last ditch tackle off the line. We're making these other teams look like they are something special. That's what annoys me. That ruthlessness is not there. That aggression is not there. We're just playing like Potter himself. He looks weak, so his team's weak. There's nothing about that guy as a person that I like. If I knew him personally, he would get on my nerves. I don't do this sort of weak, wishy-washy thing. No, I don't make those sort of friends. I like strength. I like loyalty. I like honesty. And if you're gonna go into something like this, which is a battle, you go there with somebody I feel I can trust. He's the kind of person you go to battle with him, he gets hot and he runs away and leaves you on your own. That's just everything I detest in my fellow man. He annoys me. I don't like the guy as a person. I don't like him as a coach. He has not done anything to impress me till today. He panders to the media. He's looking for everybody to like him. He wants to be this nice, fair gentleman. To hell with that. I've got no time for that. I don't care about those behaviors. He wants to do that, maybe go and join the media or do something else. Don't be a manager of a top flight football club. He's always getting outdone. Goes to Europe. Okay, he's had a few good nights, but he won those games in the Champions League more down to the players than down to him. Today, it's his test. He does it, and I'll swallow my words, apologize, and get on his side and grovel to be his mate. He
Bobby, do you
doesn't.
not find him forthcoming though?
I find him a wimp. I don't
But
like him,
But
Roger.
do you not find him forthcoming?
He is a wimp,
That's,
Roger.
you're conflating. I'm
He-
asking you a question. Don't
well,
conflate. I'm
that's my
asking you two
answer.
plus two, and you're telling me
I,
yellow.
my answer is no. He panders. He looks for favor. He wants to be liked. I don't want somebody to want to be liked. I don't like that, especially when my team is looking to you to help get them out of a hole. We're a great team. We've got great players. We need a great manager, and we put it on his plate. So all this, oh, I'm Mr. Nice, oh, they sent me death threats and all that nonsense. I don't want to hear this. Although I empathize. It's
Sure,
not nice. He should not have that done. Don't get me wrong. I don't
sure.
support that in any way, shape, or form.
I know.
But I don't want him to mention that. He can link it, other people can mention it for him. But no, this is a big, big game. It's a big game. Players' incomes can be affected because there's this sort of performance-related contracts,
Yeah.
competition-related contracts. So people's incomes will be affected. This isn't a time to I don't know. I'm just angry. So we're not sure of the team. The fan
Do you
base
think we
don't know
know?
who's playing. Sorry.
Do you think we know you're angry?
Oh, right. Well, I always let it out. That's why I come on platforms. Look, I want to see them stone faced coming out of that tunnel. Don't want any smiling, all these handshakes, and you can save that till after the game. Stone faced like we did at the Champions League final. You know, I'm not saying go and get a red card, but don't muck
Focus.
about.
You want
Don't muck
focus.
about. Don't just be the man on the field. Don't let anybody be pushing you over like some pansies. Excuse my language. I know we don't use these terms these days, but I want to see the fire. I want to see that lion-heartedness. Chelsea emblem is a lion. We've never been this sort of weak-minded team, even when we were bad. You know,
We
we had
haven't
fight.
roared in a long time.
Yeah, we have fight. You know, so Mr. Potter, let's see your fight today. Let's see you on the touchline. Let's see you angry. Let's see you. I don't care. All this, oh, I'll be a gentleman and I'll just sit there. How can you? Look at me, how charged I am, and I'm not taking up the team. So that's your career on the line, your players' careers, everything on the line. Get out there. Let's see your fire. Let's see the Jose Mourinho's, the Conte in you, the Thomas Tuchel, those modern firebrand managers, because you're going to need to be like that.
That's not his MO, though.
Oh well, see,
We
that's
have
why
to leave them.
I don't know. You know, I know you're right. It's not his demo. So we'll
All
see.
right, let me top of the chat. Go ahead, Bobby, if you haven't dropped.
No, Roger's right. It's not his MO. So let's just
It's not.
sit all passively.
And his story is not going to change.
You know, we're all gentlemen here, all passive, nice.
Yeah.
And if you're watching, if you're not a moderator, don't use more than 3 emojis. Chris Mobu, I want to apologize for that. It's the Nightbot is not a human being; it's a machine. And the moment you use more than 3 emojis, it will time you out, or it will keep deleting your message, or maybe time you out. But I think I've fixed that. Please, don't use more than 3 emojis. Big up to you, Glenn. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. If he is, then he should come and let. I'm not sure who you're referring to. What do you have here? Put Starlin as false 9. Felix and Mudryk, no Havertz. Starlin as false 9. We've seen the little progress he's made in the last 2 games he's played. Some good crosses into the box with intent, actually looking up, finding his man, and not just trying to just put the ball in the box. I think he should continue there, and on the right-hand side specifically. A big up to you too. It's Kami. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. That person just sounded like a copy gaming coach. Please say I want to go to heaven. Please, big up Kami. Let's see. It's Pulisic in the squad. I don't know. We've been told that he's going to be back mid-March, and we're just still in the 7th of March. I'd rather have Fofana protecting James's hamstring than anyone else. If needed, Pulisic and Mudryk off the bench, it would be a thorn and chaotic. I think Mudryk should start this game, and I think he's going to start. But let's see what he wants. No more four at the back, and that's ironic, really. On the ground, under Thomas Tuchel, we were calling go to back 4, no more back 3, and now we're saying go back. Don Potter, Potter Masterclass. Yeah, and you're not a Potter supporter. I'm saying that quite clear. You don't like him either. Back the manager. Yeah. Like I said, you don't like him. And the Claude, big up, bro. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know you're doing well. Graham Potter needs a fan support. Yep, and like I said, even your avatar shows you're not a Graham Potter supporter. It's easy to know what lineup will be. Win. Is that tie draw? Is that what he meant by that? Or maybe I'm not sure what that means. Zakaria over Kovacic. Okay. Let's see. I think Graham Potter would prefer the fluidity he saw between Enzo and Kovacic. Even though I'd rather pair either of the two with Zakaria, to have Zakaria be the more disciplined of the two pairings. Saying hello there. Mudryk should start. I think he starts. Chalo isn't slow. He's not slow. I agree with you. Wally Waldo, it's been a few days now. Please do let me know that you're doing well. I really, okay. What would Thomas Tuchel do? That's new. Since Potter has the playbook. But Wally Waldo, I hope you're doing well. Big up, bro. Chalo is.
I think Declare is right, coach.
Faster CBC is quick. Sorry?
Declare is right. Even Kovacic, who was the captain last game, said, "Yeah, we played this formation because the players know this formation. They've been training on it in the past."
Mm.
So you have to go through.
Yeah, Potter always throws me off with his eventual selection. Chris Wobu, yep. Again, a lot of us, he surprised us on several occasions. That's why Roger coined the phrase, "He's predictably unpredictable." Let's say, what do I see here? Again, Fahad, Kazala, I hope you're doing well. Chelsea will lose this match. Really, are you a Chelsea fan? I want to know. My mistake was zero technical. Everyone can cross. Okay. Eugene Nutty is still arguing that he doesn't think Chalobah is Chelsea level. But well, where he is right now, you can say it's a solid argument, but I think he's a fine player. And I think he stays. Bobby straight off the bench, yep, and firing on all cylinders. I mean, every CB is slow, just Chalobah miss other things. Some arguments right there. Sterling right wing, Felix left wing with free roll, and probably Havertz in front because we don't have better. Yep, we don't have any other option. 3-4-1-2 better. Sterling, Pavard, a striker, Joao in the number 10 position. Logitech, nice to see you, brother. Let's see what else we have. I hope we will win the game tonight. I hope we win. A win will go a long way. Kunde was another mistake. He would be great to play on the right CB. No, from what I've seen, I'm glad we didn't sign him. Can someone refresh my memory? Is the way no more? Is the way go rule still in play, or did it change? No. It's been yanked. How many
from
years
last
ago?
Season.
From last season, right?
Season.
Okay. Yeah, there was a time I didn't actually remember it's been yanked too. Logitech, yes. Let's see what else we have here. Preach, Bobby. Potter, the deserter, should be court-martialed. Okay. Coach, I see Mudryk, Felix, and Sterling destroying Dortmund tonight. I think we'll see. Yep, I feel like Mudryk would do well. Away goals don't count anymore. Yep, thank you for saying that. Wally Waldo, I hope you're doing well. I asked you that question. I want to know. Roger Potter is yellow though. Yellow bellied. Okay. I remember that commercial. Yellow makes me sad. Geico. GP looking for the likes. Why? What? Remembering this is a guy who compares himself with Klopp. Well liked by the media. Okay. Let's see. Weaponize. Really? I don't think Brighton can beat Dortmund.
Wow.
I don't think Brighton can beat. I don't expect Potter can win us the Champions League. He's not a trophy winner. Our expectation for him to lose to Bayern or Madrid, not Dortmund. Wow. So we're Brighton now. Bobby is a true speaker, cold-blooded. What a way to put it. Potter is done. He is clearing up our core players. If he stays, we will become Spurs. Wow. Okay, right now I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Apologies, guys. I can't get everything, but I'm really trying my best. But I haven't read anything from Neum today. The fans want Ziyech Havertz done, but Potter is doing a clearance, getting rid of our core players. That what? And Nick, I don't even know what that means, but I shouldn't have said it since I don't know. 3-4-1-2 also sounds good. Yeah, with a 10, specifically designed to accommodate the 10. Yeah. Why isn't Mudryk and PSV guy not playing? PSV guy, not in Mudryk. Mudryk isn't in the Champions League squad. Who and who? We say why isn't who Mudryk? But I think Mudryk will start. That's what I think. Watch Potter pull a masterclass with the lineup. I hope he does. Potter Clock, I am sick and tired of Havertz shaking my head. The New York guy, how are you doing, bro? He hasn't started, so calm down. Might be worse than Morata. No, I think he's a better player than Morata, really. Mudryk doesn't have a role when we have wing backs. We've argued that, except if we're gonna do if Potter does what Thomas Tuchel does, play the wing backs as one of the 8s. But I think that would take some practice to get it to work. I know Chelsea is winning tonight. I just have that feeling. Yeah. What did Rodrigo call it? Premonition or what?
Premonition.
Premonition. On a scale of 1 to that, of 1 to what? On a scale of 1
that's
to
life.
That's life. How confident is everyone?
1 to life.
I'm gonna think that's that one. I'm gonna think that's
That's
life,
funny.
so that I'll be ready. Whatever the outcome, I'll take it. I'll prefer Felix Sterling and Mudryk as our front three tonight. Connor, Havertz, Mudryk come off. Let's see what happens. But Mudryk was great against Liverpool. That showed you what he could do, what he's capable of doing. I think he will come good. I'm not really concerned, and I'm surprised. Eugene Nutty haven't said anything about handsome players. But the show isn't over yet. To this particular lineup, anybody wants to add anything else, or should we try the? I think we can just plug in this structure here quickly. Let's try and plug in here. Go ahead.
Question. If we take this back three position and then turn it into like your team sheet, and we change it into back four, and put in Mudryk in place of Chalobah.
So go ahead.
And then have a look at the chart. And can anybody have any argument that we are still not defensively solid?
It depends on the application, really.
Yeah. Okay. So we have Chilwell on back four.
Yeah, most likely if it's a back four. Yeah, so with Chilwell. And let me just put Enzo here so Rodrigo won't punch me. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody, if you have anything else to say with what I'm doing, you go ahead. I just wanted us to plug it in quickly. And here we have Enzo Fernandez. If it doesn't start, then this one most likely here, Mudryk.
Yeah.
And on the right hand side, still Raheem Sterling.
Yeah. That's a safe bet.
This one is easy. Yeah. Who?
Felix. No, sorry, Felix.
Is he? How did he say pronounce his side again?
Joao Felix.
Felix. Yeah.
Felix. Okay, like Nigerians would. Felix, not Felix. Okay. So, anybody has any argument against this one here?
No.
I think it's pretty solid, but there will be arguments. I think Potter will have arguments.
Could you move our icons, please, out the way?
Who?
Could you move
icons? Yeah.
I thought you can see beyond that.
Oh, you put Rodrigo. What? What am I doing there?
Hey,
I'm good on the left.
Performance contract, Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Yes, why I was. I even said I hope Rodrigo didn't punch me. Probably that was the reason why I typed it in there. But go ahead.
And I think in the back four, Potter might even start with Ruben Loftus-Cheek instead of Kovacic.
Where?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think so. Not
I think
given how good the good game Kovacic had in the last game.
It's not me who's saying this. I'm thinking what Potter is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kovacic on the left.
I think
on the right.
I think this is a solid lineup. I think he may be forced into this, gentlemen, because of the lack of no Silva available and obviously Badiashile. I think
only problem with this is I'm worried about who's gonna track the runs of Jude Bellingham. Because Dortmund on the other end, they have 2 sixes, two that actually they're quite good defensively. They're not the best, but they're all right defensively. Emre Can and Ogzun or whatever, I forgot to say his name. Yeah. So those two are actually happy to sit in, intercept the ball, tackles, win tackles, and so on. We have two sixes that are not really sixes. They're not really that great defensively, and I'm worried that we've.
But didn't we contain him though in the first match? I thought we contained him quite.
Yeah, that was because Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek did most of that. Most of the
I think in the back four, we discussed it yesterday with Rodrigo. I think the only question marks for Potter might be like in place of Kovacic, he might go for Ruben Loftus-Cheek or Zakaria.
Or 4-3-3.
He might go in for I do not know Pulisic or somebody who tracks back more.
Or a 4-3-3.
Yeah, 4-3-3. I would go for 4-3-3. Only thing with that is we then Havertz can play.
Or Modric, one of the two.
Yeah, Yeah, 4-3-3 would give us, but the only issue with whenever we play 4-3-3, at least under Graham Potter, is maybe because that takes a lot of
Discipline.
it's a bit more complex, like the way the midfield three interact with each other. Look at the Fulham game at home. That was a disaster again. The distances between
It was
Enzo
ugly.
and the 2-8 were too big. He hasn't worked properly under Potter. Yeah, 4-3-3. He tried against Nottingham Forest away.
Yeah.
Again, the distance between Jorginho and what's the guy, Zakaria, and then I forgot who
Oh,
played
that
on
was
the
a
other
bad
side.
game.
They
Rodrigo,
were so bad.
if considering that we have to win this game, we have to go for it because we are a goal behind. Would you say this is the best attacking lineup we have?
For me personally, this is the best formation to go.
Yeah.
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 Even though I said no one will be tracking the runs of Jude Bellingham, but I think this will be the best.
No, I think I concur.
Yeah.
I think this gives them again defensive solidity at the same time and an attacking threat. But these guys will probably have more. I think this is more solid, and I see how it was easy for us to pick that 11 there. Off topic, Ten Hag is having a bad day. He will have a bad day for 7 days plus because coming back from such defeat is usually difficult.
It's a statement.
Yeah, it is difficult. Correct me if I'm wrong. Such defeat, wow. It's a confidence, how the shatterer, if that makes sense. The Sterling problem, he said it can cost us a lot. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Elaborate. I think there will be tears when we moderately, when we moderately, largely, what?
Oh yeah, that's one of the fat because it says the fat.
I don't know about Havertz. Well, I don't know either. A 4-2-3-1 can never work against Dortmund. Well, there's no leadership in your lineup. In my lineup, coach. Again, where do you achieve it? What can you do differently here to achieve leadership? You let me know. I want to know. Yeah,
we got leaders there. Huh? We got like Koulibaly's experience, James's experience.
Kovacic can lead. He led by example in the last game.
Yeah.
He led by example, so you don't have to be vocal. Just drive the play, move, play.
Coach.
Yeah.
This squad is, for all intents and purposes, fundamentally missing leadership that we had 10 to 15 years ago. It just generally
even what we have in 2020, 2021.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There is no JTs, there is no Lampards, there is no. These were naturally alpha males. We don't really have that type of. I look at a lot of our players, and they seem. Don't get me wrong; they're very technical, they're very talented, they're finesse players. I think they lack that alpha mentality. I think this is a reason that I think that you're seeing in the last couple of years. And don't get me wrong, Tuchel is a great manager, but I think he would have been aided more had he had leadership on the field, or more leadership, I should say. No disrespect to Aspie, who's a wonderful captain. Silva leads by example. He's not vocal. There's not too many vocal chaps
and Roger,
on the field.
add to that, you have a manager with you have a spineless manager there. There you go.
I would like to say he's a more reserved manager.
I think that's the better time.
You can argue for leadership or character. Yeah. You could put Sterling on the left and then put Ziyech in there, because Ziyech is pretty strong character in that sense. Yeah.
But not of late. He's more like setting bad example rather than play.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's more like Fernandez in Man U.
But eventually,
go ahead, Jesse.
Eventually, you look at this team, and it definitely has at least one goal, if not more goal in them.
No, we have a lot of goals, but the thing is finding it.
It's executing, as Bobby
executing
said.
it, maybe. Good point there, Jesse. Enzo and Kovacic feel safe with the back three behind them in that box. Okay, that's a solid argument too. What do we have here? After having our first win after many games with the back three, there's no chance we'll play a back four. But the back three, here's the thing: the issue with the back three, he has to do some reshuffling to make it work and bring in one more player there. And the defensive line is one change can mean the whole back line being confused, if that makes sense. It's not like the midfield area where you can, it's easy to cope with new changes. But in defensive line, that's actually Koulibaly started centrally in the last game, right?
Yes.
And now, for instance, if he goes by this way, and then Koulibaly moves to the left, that's reshuffling. And then Chalobah comes into the right, that's a new entrance there. But then you're creating confusion.
How does this work against Bellingham then? Bellingham, we had
exactly.
argued.
So you need consistency. Go ahead, Rodrigo. You were saying something.
Only thing I'm saying with this year is that you've used up all your defensive players at once. So, say for example, in a game like this, you play all your centre backs, you go a goal up, then you need to be conservative. So that means you're not gonna bring in an attacker. Say Dortmund equalize, so now you go 2-1 up, right? So you have all your defenders. So and then you go 3-1 up, where you're not thinking of protecting, but you can't. You know the dynamic of the game's changed. So you can't. Yeah. So you've already used up all your defenders in a way. So I think starting with a back four, you when you're winning, then you revert to back three to protect whatever you have, rather than starting with protecting something you don't actually have.
Maybe I see this differently. I still argue the back three approach is more riskier defensively because of we're not solid in the 269.
Someone new.
But
it's not someone that's never played a back three though. It's someone that knows the back three.
Yeah. All right, let me catch up with the chat. We don't have too much time. I need to go as soon as possible. He says if he does that and loses, then he may as well walk the plank right away. I don't think he walks, no matter what happens. Let's see what we have here. Luis Garcia says, "I play Ziyech over Joao. Good luck. Good luck. Let's see that what happens. Even if Ziyech gets a chance to play, I think what's his name stays. I think Joao stays." That one there. Supreme Court's nice to see you for 3. I am 4312. Okay, let's see what happens. Play Ziyech, like I said, good luck. We still have to be cautious of Adeyemi space, but he's not playing today. Remember what happened last time? If he plays at this surprise, I think did they say hamstring or so?
Yeah. He's still
hamstring.
Out. He's still out.
So he's still out. Yeah, and Glenn says it's like Bobby said. We are goal behind. We need to come out of the tunnel prepared for war. Billy Gilmore in the stands yelling freedom. Glenn, stop doing this to me. See how I took all my energy and start reading this thing. It turns out he was going to say something like that. So I'm going to scroll past quite a few stuff here. Apologies, guys. I can't get everything. Emmanuel says a back three is okay for Chelsea, but Potter doesn't understand the system. You think he played that predominantly at Brighton, so I'm not going to be surprised if he did that. We need to win the midfield battle. Yep, we have to. The midfield, we can win. Brighton lacks. We win. For me, this is best squad till Kante is fit. I agree with you. Kovacic is not a leader, man. No, we have sorts of leaders. At least he leads by playing well on his day. I think, but I need a vocal leader. I am from Croatia. I know him. His football IQ is excellent, but he's never. Trust me, his football IQ is delicious. Forget he doesn't get goal. Forget he doesn't score goals. But the decision he makes as to where to go with the ball, when you pay attention, you give him more respect. And the fact that he's the guy that again helps us play whenever we struggle against team. If teams defend deep, he still plays. If they come at him, 2-3 players, he still finds solutions in tight spaces. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is lazy in the midfield. I don't like him there. He does not win balls in the middle. For me, I don't think he's a deep line midfield, and we should stop playing him there. What do you think Roman is thinking about the club right now? There's a chance he still talks with Bali. You don't know. The rich people, they're well connected. There's a chance it was even the guy that told him, "Come try buy it, come go join the list." Ziyech, lazy player. I don't like him. Okay, that's how you think. I'm going to scroll past quite a few. Feded, Liverpool beat United 7-0. Feded, more importantly, how are you doing? Nice to see you. DJ, so big up, bro. Height and respect to you. Big up, Kachila, and everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well, DJ. Please do let me know. I cannot believe they beat United that amount of goals. Joao Felix might not stay if we don't qualify. It's as simple as that. Then we have to pay him some extraordinary for him to decide to stay. We hire a man that we know sets up his team without strikers, and then there's an alarm that we cannot score goals. That's a solid argument. And since I've been saying he doesn't play with traditional number 9s, a lot of people don't pay attention. Some say, how about what's the English international Welbeck? Welbeck is not your stereotypical number 9. Yeah. And Enzo should have stopped the counter-attack. I don't know whether it would be a good idea, like take one for the team. But how about, if he does that and we don't have him now, what we do? Where's there no... I wish this could allow us. We'd do a 4-4-3, maybe. For me, this formation is better. I think he probably Onumba. I think he probably goes with that structure. You dread it. You cannot run from it, or you cannot hide from it. Brighton, coach. We are Brighton. I don't think we're not. I think we are. Even the Brighton president is joking with us now that he's paying attention when the phone rings, something to that effect, to know what we want. He said his one was that the kitchen ladies,
tea ladies.
You start with RRC win back, and then he again Fan play also midfield like 4-3-3, fluid from 5-2-3. I don't think he's gonna play 4-3-3 right now, which seemed very lost the day we tried it. But that's, by the way, Rodrigo has gone. Just quickly, a minute apiece. I think I can afford 4 more minutes. Your thoughts, Roger, on 1 minute. What do you think? What do you expect of this game? I know we still have the pregame show. Come on, you Brighton.
B for Brighton.
Oh,
that's
my
funny.
goodness. So, Roger, your thoughts, brother.
That's funny. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see not only his formation, but his player selection. I mean, we've been saying this for weeks now. Each week, this is a must-win game. I think we can safely assume that this actually is a must-win game for many reasons. This will give you or give us great insight as to where he believes his best team is based on his actual available players. So this will tell a lot, you know. Obviously, there's players like Angola that can't play, etc. But yeah, this will give me a good window to the inside of him.
All right, JC, like everyone else, in 1 minute, your thoughts are, what you think, anything else you want to add to what we did?
It's an interesting formation. We will see what he comes up with. I hope it's not another 5 changes, but it will be interesting, and I hope we win it today. We should. And I really want that our stadium and our fans really are loud and supportive, because that will be very important, especially
critical.
So we really need hope that the stadium is really full noise levels and supporting the players.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that. And again, more importantly, we don't have enough to work with in terms of Graham Potter. If anything, he succeeded in confusing us. But Eddie, your thoughts in 1 minute, your thoughts on everything we did to get today. You think, what do you think? You think it does what he wants, or do you think we're close?
Yeah, we just leave the lineup to Potter to decide. But I heard Bobby talking about going to war. Unfortunately, we don't have a manager who likes going to war, and he doesn't have the players who are ready to go to war. If he had the likes of Lampard, Terry, and all, they would have taught him how to go to war. But even if he lights up any fire tonight, he doesn't have the players to catch the fire. So we just hope and pray.
He's a pacifist.
Yeah, so if that goes to the player as well. He's not going to light up any fire today. So we just hope the players do the job today, and we get the win that will take us through. So That's my
All
thought.
right.
The lineup, we wait for him to decide on the lineup, back three, back four, whatever it is, as long as he gets it right, and we can take our chances. Just as I said, I have a feeling we're going to take chances.
All right, Bobby, over to you. In 1 minute, your thoughts on everything we've done. Do you think you see something differently, or do you think we're close? But your thoughts in 1 minute, please. We're running out of time. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, guys, as you can see, I'm fired up. Unfortunately, I
No.
can't be at the bridge tonight, which is really irritating on my part. But part of me
Mhm.
is thinking it's probably a good thing because I don't really trust myself today. I'm so charged with what's going on. I don't like Mr. Potter. He has to make me like him. He's looking to make people like him, but he's getting the wrong people to like him. The people that should like him is the fans, and the only way he can do that's winning games, qualifying for the next round of the Champions League. We're not even talking winning Champions League, but he must get through to the next round. It is that important. Then we take it from there. Team selection, haven't got a clue anymore. What I want to see is fight, dogged fight, sheer bloody mindedness. Let these people understand where they are and that they're not going to leave Stamford Bridge without receiving a damn good hiding.
Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate that. I always like to hear you speak whenever you're tensed up about Chelsea Football Club. Our manager is more of a librarian than a warrior. Be nice. Port the taxes. Felix, and inshallah, I need to see a winner waiting up for the handicap rule. It will make teams like Chelsea and Southampton have the right to play all all of the players on the pitch. It's Kami. Yeah, some Benoit Badashila stole my heart. I too. Pep likes a Potter. Yeah, give him 10 years. Stop dreaming, Bobby. Brighton cannot go toe to toe with Dortmund. But let's see what happens. With that, I want to say thank you to all the panelists. Thank you to Bobby. Big up to you. Your passion is unmeasurable, really. Eddie, love for blue. Thank you so much. I hope your what's that again? What's that language again? Your prophecy comes true. I hope your wishes come true today. I want to see my team win. JC, thank you so much for all the great insights you always bring. I appreciate that. Roger Pop, thank you so much for always playing the devil's advocate, but not much of that today, but also enjoyable. I appreciate you, Roger. Always
Pleasure,
being
sir.
objective, more importantly. I appreciate that. I want to say thank you to Imalo. Thank you to Feded. Thank you to It's Kami. Much love to you, brother. The beautiful game. Much love, Eugene. Much love to you, Feded. Everyone else.
Pep
And
likes Potter.
Rahayu, thank you guys. Much love. I appreciate you. The laughter and all the creative contributions there that made us laugh. Diggs, Chimera, everyone else. The Claude, big up, bro. And Stanley, Bobby Fairview, much love to you, brother. All the great contributions. We appreciate that. Everyone else, if I miss your name, Supreme Court to apologies. And my brother Liam Lane, I'm sure you're watching. DJ Saab also, please do get better soon. I want you to recover, and I'll keep praying for you. Thank you so much. See you guys next time, and bye.
Cheers.